Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Each episode is a separate, complete adventure, so you can listen to them in any order. This particular episode you can listen to in any year order, because it's continuous with other years, sort of, in a way. It's like a legacy episode. Anyway, so we are joined today by Skirmish Killington.
Hello, everybody. Skirmish here. I'm a Goliath barbarian I'm Path of the Wild Magic. I'm level 20, finally. This is so exciting. Let's see, I'm 7'7", about 340 pounds, and same as usual, regular brown beige trousers, no shoes, no shirt. I got green eyes, and what looks like tattoos all over my body, but they're just markings from, that's how we are as Goliaths. And let's see, I just got a haircut, so it's nice and crisp, salt and pepper hair, and don't know, that's about it. Nothing new from me.
All right. Runii Evanera.
Hi, I'm Runii. I'm a half gnome, half elf scribe wizard at level 20. I'm so excited. I have rosy cheeks and green eyes and bouncy strawberry blonde curls. I usually wear a dark green cloak with a bunch of pockets sewn on them. But after my last adventure with Willie and Stella, I got a bit of an upgrade. My cloak is a little nicer. The pockets are on the inside and it's always billowing. So I feel cool all the time.
You are cool.
Oh, thank you, Skirmish.
And Lucien Dumar.
Hello, everyone. It's your favorite friendly neighborhood alchemist and artificer. Lucien looks like your run-of-the-mill elf wearing the clothes for the time. He has brown hair, and his real defining traits are a very lavish, large silk duster that he wears. It doesn't have any sleeves. And his left arm is now a completely kind of chromed out metal robotic arm. It used to look a lot worse, but a certain event seems to have made him rethink his style choices for the time being, and boy, do I have something for you today.
Them or me, or should I keep going, or?
The audience.
Oh, okay. All right. You are all in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guildhall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted. Today, you are the only ones in the bar, except for Nusi, the retired adventurer and bartender, who is on the other side of the room behind the bar polishing something. It is eerily quiet without everyone else in the bar. The silence is disturbing.
Lucien is probably at the bar, covered in like oil, grease, dirt everywhere. Looks like a bomb went off on him, and he's just kind of head in his arms, sleeping on the bar at this point. He's just had a very long day of work on a project of sorts that's been captivating him for a while.
I see Lucien on the bar. I'm not aware he's trying to take a nap, mind you. I just say, oh, look, it's Lucien. I have a problem, and I'm going to ask him and Runii, and I'm very excited to ask them for their advice. Hey, and I slap him on the back. Friendly, like, not aggressive, but like, hey, how you doing there, buddy?
Oh, Skirmish. It's been a minute. How have you been?
Good. How have you been?
Oh, well, projects nonstop every day, but I think you might like this one, believe it or not.
All right. I like most of the stuff you do. I mean, we're a team after all, and you're very creative.
Yeah, this one might be my finest creation yet. If it doesn't kill us all, but that's detail.
That means you're trying hard enough. If it doesn't kill you, or it'll make you stronger. That's what somebody said once.
I think you're mostly correct.
Runii will walk on over and see how dirty Lucien is and just kind of wave her hands and do prestidigitation and say, if something doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger? I wonder, what kind of thing are you working on, Lucien? Can you tell us yet?
Well, it's actually out back, if you guys want to go take a look. It's maybe not fully ready yet, but I think it's functionally ready if we ever got attacked or something right now, but it's quite the toy. That said, I mean, do you guys have anything else going on today as far as you know?
I mean, she just like gestures to the empty barroom. I mean, not really. And honestly, I'm a sucker for magical stuff, so I'd love to see what you're working on.
Well,
Likewise.
in that case, Lucien kind of gets up. He's about to dust himself off, and then he realizes the prestidigitation is completely taking care of it, and quickly double checks something, like he's thinking for a moment. You know, I know that spell. I probably could have done that myself. Anyway, he just he starts walking out the bar, past the board with the, you said the quest board had a couple things on it, right, DM?
I mean, it does not.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Misheard. In that case, he takes a quick glance at the blank quest board and marches on out the guild towards the backyard of the building.
You're approaching the door to the guild.
Gotcha. Approaching the door to the guilds.
Yes, you intend to do this thing.
Yep,
Yep.
very much do.
Boom!
Uh-oh.
You hear an explosion outside the bar.
Runii immediately like pushes past Lucien and opens the door. She's got her hands ready just in case she has to cast a protective spell. What's going on?
Lucian's just dove to the ground.
I pick up Lucien and then I run to Runii and try to help her out. I don't want to see him on the ground.
Carrying Lucien, Skirmish, and Runii rush outside, and it's boom! Fireworks.
Oh.
Crowds are pouring through the street, all of them heading left to right in the same direction towards the port.
Did I miss a holiday going on today?
I just moved here. I don't know the holidays very well.
Likewise.
Yeah, me neither. Runii will go over to just one of the passersby and like tug on their sleeve. Hey, where's everybody going? What's going on?
We're going to the port.
Wow.
Oh, well,
Because of the annual Niqamui fighting tournament.
Oh.
Oh, that's today?
Interesting.
It's a fighting tournament?
Sounds delightful.
It's a fighting tournament. Lucien, you said your thing can like protect us if it had to, right?
Oh, I think this is going to be quite the item for the festival. If you would follow me this way.
Perfect.
And Lucien will now attempt to guide people to the back of the Guildhall, where just kind of under a big tarp, basically, there's a bunch of wires, cables, and tools just thrown all over the ground. It looks like Lucien's been working for a couple 100 hours and just set up a little impromptu workshop out back. But he walks up and flicks kind of this switch, which lights up a bunch of magical lights all over the place, just like storm lamps, and rips the cloth off. And what you see is this giant robot egg by the looks of things. It has this big bluish silvery metal and a bunch of gold fillery lining it. And of course, the egg does have these giant kind of stubby legs and these giant arms that look like they might weigh a ton each. And strangely enough, there's a little metal bonnet and sash of a certain tartan, kind of just looks like they were welded on top of what was already like a very really pristine machine. And Lucien, in like a moment of either drunkenness or a last minute idea, seems to have welded this stuff on. And I present to you Mecha Skirmish, and like a little piece of the bonnet falls off right as he says that.
Lucien? This is amazing. It has the same name as I do. Can you believe that?
It's absolutely a coincidence, I know.
That's crazy.
It's even crazier. 2 people can actually pilot this thing, as it turns out.
Runii immediately like steps in front of you, like real close. How tall are you, Lucien?
Lucien's like about 5'6". He's kind of short for an elf.
Okay. Rooney's like 5'4"-ish. So she just gets like right up close and looks intently at you and says, "Can I pilot it with you?"
I mean, you're
Please.
welcome to be the test pilot. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. You're welcome to take it for a ride first. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. She just like bolts right to it and is just like going around. Oh my goodness, the welding is incredible. I can see traces of this magic all over here. Is this inscription for this? And she's just like throwing questions and stuff as she's circling it. And she'll finally be like, wait, how do I get in?
Oh, yes, there is a magic keyword. Open sesame. And a little hatch just kind of drops out of the bottom of the egg, showing like it's a pretty tight in there, but there's like a million buttons and switches all over the walls and two like kind of uncomfortable looking chairs inside, but he had to make do with the space he had.
She climbs up and is just like sitting there. Her hands are ready to press any button, but she doesn't know which button to press. And she just calls out, Lucien, I need help.
This might take a bit to teach. As you can see, there's quite a few switches of a sort.
So DM, if we do like this training, can this count as like me and Lucien attuning to this contraption?
Dangerous attunement. 2 creatures can be attuned to the servant at a time. If a third creature tries to attune to it, nothing happens. The servant's controls are accessed by a hatch in its upper back, which is easily opened when there are no creatures attuned to the artifact. Attuning to the artifact requires 2 hours, which can be undertaken as part of a long rest, during which time you must be inside the servant interacting with its controls. This process must be undergone every time a creature attunes itself to the artifact.
I will choose not to attune to it because it looks very cramped. And I don't think I will fit.
I am a bit sorry, Skirmish. I didn't think about the spacing issues until I had made the entire outer shell, and by then I realized I slightly misread my yardstick.
No. That's quite all right. That's still a lovely machine that you've made. Hey, I just noticed it has a sash just like my sash. That's an incredible coincidence. That's amazing.
Yes, I
looks identical.
Kind of maybe found your sash and drew a bit of inspiration. Just for the sash, of course, not for the entire thing.
Wow. I do look a bit egg-like too. I put on a few pounds.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna do some jumping jacks in the corner while you figure out your contraption.
Oh, poor Skirmish.
No, it makes me better. Thank you for... To clarify the truth is not a bad thing. I just have to accept it and do something with it, and I'm going to. So thank you, Lucien.
A bit of mass never hurts.
Well said. And so I'm going to just pop over to the corner, do a few jumping jacks.
Cool.
All right, then.
So I guess then we spend like 2 hours attuning to this thing. I imagine we're hanging out in the cockpit, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. This is your machine.
Yeah, Lucien would already be, attuned given all the time he spent working on it, I believe, but he quickly just kind of goes over, he points out how to move the legs and arms, and Skirmish, you can see this thing moves around with like the force of a truck. It's just absolutely gigantic. It leaves giant kind of patches of pulled up grass in the lawn every time it moves, which you probably won't get in trouble for. And maybe he takes out a couple of the wiring for the lights he's set up on occasion when it randomly swings an arm around and almost punches a hole into the side of the Guildhall, but
dangerous
sure
attunement. While crew members are attuning themselves, any creature or structure outside and within 50 feet of the servant has a % chance of being accidentally targeted by one of its destructive fist attacks once during the attunement. I'm going to roll for Skirmish right now, and then I'm going to roll for the Guildhall. All right. Skirmish.
Yes?
I'm going to roll for the Guildhall. Give me a sec.
That laugh, it does not bode well.
Skirmish. You are not an object, so you do not take triple damage like the Guildhall does. You only take 36 force damage as its destructive fist attacks you. They're moving their arms about, they're rocketing them, and then pa-pow! They catch you in the back.
I laugh because I should have seen it coming, but I was trying to count the jumping jacks, and I've never counted this high. So that's on me.
Oh no, Skirmish, are you all right there?
I'm good. Continue.
Sorry.
Wrong lever, Runii. Be careful.
Sorry.
And because the Guildhall is an object, it's going to take triple that. So that is nearly 100 damage. No, wait, that is above 100 damage. Officially, the Guildhall requires substantial repairs. I'm going to roll for the amount of gold that it would take to... Oh my gosh.
Lucien walks out just in the back of the hatch.
300,000 gold in damages because you took out the bar, you took out the jobs board.
Oh,
and
no.
you took out Nulisag's mahogany desk.
Oh, no.
Lucien just drops to his knees. I think we should go to the port.
I immediately stop doing my jumping jacks and race to the bar, and I check on Nusi to make sure they're okay.
Nusi, the retired level 20 druid, says, I'm fine. Thank you for checking.
Oh, excellent. Can you pour me a drink?
Yes. And she puts down the thing that she had been polishing and picks up a bottle of Jack.
That'll do.
Runi's just still sitting in the cockpit of this thing, the biggest smile on her face. Wow, Lucien, you really made this hit hard.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Oh, you just have to go on a few more adventures. You'll be fine.
I suppose you're right. I did invest about twice as much as that repair might cost into this machine anyway, so...
I have an idea. Oh, go ahead, Runii. Sorry. I'll just drink.
No.
Glug, glug,
Well, I was just going to say that if there's a fighting tournament going on, we could probably earn some money to go and fix up the Guildhall.
The light bulb lights up above Lucien's head right as she says fighting tournament. You know what? I think that's a lovely idea. Tell me, Skirmish, how's your back feeling?
Right as rain. I'm ready for a fighting tournament. I think that will do quite nicely.
Sounds like a plan then, everyone.
Do this.
Well, since we have the machine, it's pretty speedy. Would you like a ride, Skirmish?
I'd like to walk if you don't mind for
sure.
now, and I'll tell everybody to get out of the way.
That's probably not a bad idea now that you mention it.
I'll walk ahead of you. I mean, I trust your craftsmanship, mind you, but I just want to make sure people, buildings, street, animals, whatever, they're all right.
Survive.
Yeah.
You're right. There's maybe
DM.
been enough.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's maybe been enough collateral damage on my tab at the moment.
DM, I would like to say I'm wearing something called the Amulet of the Drunkard, and what it allows me to do, if I drink a pint of beer, ale, mead, wine, something alcoholic, I can restore 4d4 plus 4 hit points, which is what I was doing after getting impacted in the back, if you don't mind. So I'm going to go ahead and add 13 more points.
Yeah. I mean, if you want another drink, it's a bottle of Jack.
Well, it only works once per day. So I should have bought 3 amulets. I can't believe I didn't do that.
It's all right.
Silly
you need
me.
it for the pregame anyway.
That's true. This'll do. So I'm feeling loose. I'm feeling ready.
All right. In that case, Lucien will get back inside, make a skirmish, shut the hatch, and as it fully buzzes to life, some kind of golden fumes with little sprinkles of Eckelblum dust start coming out of some of the edges, and it's ready to go.
Can you see that from, like, the cockpit?
Not really,
Okay.
for the time being.
Runi's passive perception is pretty low, so I don't think she would have seen that. She's just very excited to be in this new toy.
There'll be more of it once we get banged up a little bit.
I do see the dust, but by this point, I've been around it so much that I'm like, it's just a part of life at this point, so no problem. I'm sure it's fine. So I will go ahead and walk down the street and say, hey, everybody, move out to the way. So they'll move out
Roll
of the
a
way.
persuasion or intimidation check.
I don't want to be unkind about it, so I will roll persuasion. Oh, I got a non-natural 20.
The crowd parts like the ocean, the Red Sea. did for Moses and you stepped down the dry land. The mech does not take out any innocent bystanders on its path to the clutching of the chest. Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness.
On its path to the port. I assume that's where you're all going, right? I don't
Yep.
want to presume anything. Okay.
Yes. Do we know how to get to I guess we'll just follow the crowd, right?
Yeah, it's
Probably
also
follow the
downhill.
fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there are fireworks. It's downhill. There's a big crowd going there. You can see it from here because it's kind of like a sloping. It's not a steep cliff. It's a gradual path to the harbor, and you can stroll down it downhill. It's nice and easy. All right. You arrive at the harbor. A magically constructed long, wide pier leads to a huge stadium that is floating on top of the water as if it were land. The open water of the port has been converted to a sports center.
How did they do that? That
That's
used to
quite
be
the
water.
engineering feat. I guess there's more artificers than just me in town. Probably the smart kids over at the college.
How big is this arena?
Really big. Have you ever been to like a
Nice.
professional football game? Mm-hmm. Big.
Okay,
All right.
that's awesome.
You got a big field to play with. Fireball won't endanger the crowd. Nope. Probably.
Yep, you can go all out.
Nice.
Is there a way to see a sign-up booth or like a sign-up station, somewhere where we can enter our names into the tournament?
There's a bridge over the water between you and the stadium.
Trudge, 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 trudge.
Okay, all right, you're walking. Okay. You walk up to the pier, and interestingly, it's clear. You can see right down into the water below. It's a little bit yellow. There's a book called The Black Prism where they construct shapes out of yellow light, and I stole that. So it's unnerving but cool to set your feet upon... I'm glad you're laughing. It's unnerving but cool to set your feet upon this clear, strong material that the pier is made out of. The chatter of the crowd surrounds you, and you smell food aromas wafting from up ahead. It is a bright, sunny autumn day. The sun fights off any chill. You are now entering the arena. That was you crossing the bridge. So you are now entering the arena. On the right is the word tickets. On the left are the words, and you might want to write this down, sign up. And straight ahead are some arrows. Let me know when you're ready. So on the right, it says tickets. On the left, it says sign up. And straight ahead are some arrows that say souvenirs, temples, bathrooms, food. Let me know if I should repeat any of that. This is sort of like a you pick your own route adventure, as most of mine are. I'm not going to force you to do anything. You do what you want.
Uh-huh.
I would like
Lucien.
to... Oh, go ahead, Lucien.
Lucien was just going to crack open the hatch and lean out a bit and... Well, Skirmish, what are you in the mood for?
Well, I was looking at the state of the bar, and I'd kind of get it out of my mind. It was my favorite hangout spot, and I don't want you to think that you're the only one that was financially responsible. So, I was a standard by. I don't know the right word. Anyway, I was there. I feel responsible. So what I would like to do is I would like to find the sign that says bookie and then bet on ourselves.
That's a clever idea.
Is there a
Assuming we
sign?
win.
Shout out to Tanager. Do a perception check. Because it's not officially written down. It's
Okay.
the thing you gotta spot. You know?
I got an 8.
Ooh.
Aw. Everyone looks so wholesome here.
What a lovely bunch of people. Oh, well. I'll spot you anyway.
Maybe you could start a bet going on the crowd, just, an off the books kind of thing.
I'm not very good with numbers or books, or I'm more muscle. Maybe Runii could do that. I don't know.
Fair enough.
We do this honestly. We fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hearing that, I shout, yes! Sorry, I was clipping. Yes!
Lucien pulls a little string, kind of like a trucker horn, and the mech just raises its arms in the air and makes like a loud metallic screech.
All right, let's go and get, not tickets, let's go and sign up for this. Oh, we should probably leave the mecha skirmish first so that we don't scare anybody, right?
Maybe. I mean, is there a rule book for these kinds of things? It might be a bit much. I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
Maybe I could do the signing up for the three of us.
Oh, that'd
And
be
you
great,
don't-
Skirmish.
You don't have to leave Mecha Skirmish. Oh, he's named after me. Okay. I got it.
I'm proud of you.
I'm flattered. Lucien, that's amazing. Anyway.
Anytime, my friend.
I'll go sign up for the three of us, and then I'll come back. If there's any, if you need to like sign it yourself or do something special, I'll tell you. So I would like to go to the sign up booth and
And
sign
you
us.
return because you've noticed that there's definitely a test of how do you...
Like
I don't want to phrase this wrong. I want to say there's some sort of you pay and then you enter a room going on, and people are not coming out of that room. That's what you would observe.
Oh,
Interesting.
I will relay that information. Say, hey, it looks like we got to go in. Just join the line in Mecha Skirmish, and if they have a problem, well, we'll deal with it then.
You could tell them that we're your brother.
Yeah, the resemblance is startling. So
Exactly.
yes, I'll pull out my sash. I keep it in one of my pockets, and I'll wear it just like Mecha Skirmish.
And we'll get in the queue.
You head to the left towards the sign up. There is a long line of people in a hallway. There are so many people here. As you're standing, the line shuffles forward a little bit. And then you stand, and then the line shuffles forward a little bit. And then you stand, and then the line shuffles forward a little bit. You can hear waves outside the window as you're standing on this constructed, massive building that's treating the ocean as extra land. On the right wall, in this hallway, in line, you can see a sign that says, Rules. As you stand in line, they're going to educate you about the rules before you can sign up. Rules. The entry fee is 1,000 gold plus 1 diamond worth at least 300 gold, which will be returned to you if not consumed. Or 1,300 gold even, which will not be returned to you. So, clarifying, that's 1,000 gold. That 1,000 gold never gets returned. Plus 1 diamond, and if you have a diamond, they'll return it to you. But if you don't have a diamond, give them 300 gold, which is the value of the diamond. And that doesn't get returned because they had to do some exchange. You know, they had to go buy the diamond for you. And anyway, up to 1,000 entrants may enter. Winner takes all. 1 million gold. The last one... The last one standing on top gets everything. You can agree to split it evenly. Being dead or unconscious means you have agreed to 0. Would
Hey,
you like the
guys.
rules repeated, my players?
I think I have that down.
It's pretty straightforward.
Nah.
But I do not have any diamonds. Do you? Either of you have diamonds by any chance?
Well, I don't know if you do, Runii, but,
Nope.
yeah. I do believe, and this is just some light reading I've done, but I'm guessing the 300 gold diamond and the 1,000 gold is to cover clerical fees in case one of us happens to die a very, very bad death. They'll bring us back.
Oh, I should probably let Willie know. Can we let them know to not resuscitate? Because I told Willie next time I die, I just want him to revive me in the same kind of undead way that he is. Do you think I could do that?
Yes. There are DNR, Rook. Yes, there are DNR forms.
Like, I really
available.
don't want to die. But if I do, I'd rather not, be dead permanently. And being undead seems kind of cool.
Is the 13,000 gold fee waived if you take that DNR?
Oh gosh, not 1,000. 100.
Oh, sorry, 1,300. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it is 1,000 flat if you don't want to be revived.
So I've got a pair of rubies that are each worth 300 gold also. It's not a diamond, but can I finagle a way to say, hey, they're worth about the same, and they're gems. Can I use these instead?
So there's I'll go to the next part so you can talk to the person. So this will end with you getting able to talk to a person and try that. So as you continue shuffling forward in line, you observe a registration table at the end of the line ahead of you. It looks like people are registering as either singles or teams of 1, 2, or 3. Teams of 2 or 3, paying, receiving a number to paste to their back, and then going into a room. You couldn't say what happens after that because no one is coming out of the room. By the way, engineers listening to this, one-way direction of traffic is a good method for crowd control as long as you don't encourage people or allow people to turn around, and that can cause crowd crushes. So definitely engineer your crowds, otherwise you can crush people to death. So you assume that you are seeing people being directed through this room to somewhere else after they enter. The line shuffles forward, and you're now standing in front of the registration table. A woman pushes a tray across the table at you and says, "Entry fee, please."
Hello, madam. My name is Skirmish. I'm very happy to be a part of this potential, participant in this tournament, I should say. I have a question for you, though. I noticed that you require diamonds that are worth 300 gold for part of the entry, but I have these rubies that are also worth 300 each. They used to be part of an undead dragon. Listeners, if you'd like to listen to I Pity Dracul, that's where I got them from. As an aside to the listeners, not this lady. So, would these do as a substitute?
Roll a persuasion check.
Excellent. That's not a no. I got a 14.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Sure. All right,
Cool.
So you've persuaded her, but that doesn't mean it'll work. So I just want to let you know out of character, you're going to die if you die. That's not going to work. But she's cool with it. But it won't work for the spell. So she takes your 2 rubies, but out of character, you don't know that. But
okay.
Or in character, you don't know that. Out of character, you know that. This won't work. Because spell components have less to do with value and beauty and more to do with spell components. Anyway, but yeah, it works. She accepts your 2 rubies. Yeah.
Hey, great. I'm very satisfied then, because I know nothing of magic. And guys, it worked. And I'm giving them a thumbs up, I'm so smart. And
Lucien just returns the thumb up with a very concerned smile. And you know what? At that note, he'll get out of Mecha Skirmish and tap Runii on the shoulder, kind of beckoning to follow. And well, hello there. I just wanted to clarify. Equipment is completely fine to bring into the tournament, of course.
Of course.
All right, wonderful.
I would ask for you to each be tested individually, but then you can get back in, right?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
In that case, here, Lucien's going to put a bag of 1,300 gold and then a smaller bag of 300 gold and kind of whisper, just make sure they bring him back if anything happens to the poor guy.
I'd like you to roll an Arcana check. I know in character you would have definitely known that this would not have worked, and I just want you to demonstrate that with your mad skills.
That
fail.
is... Yeah, so I actually rolled a 5, even with my bonus. That is only a 16. However, I'm going to use my flash of genius to turn that into a 21.
You definitely knew. You were definitely aware. Lucian's in the house. Skirmish, you're fine. Yes.
Phew.
And then Runii will step up and hand over 1,300 gold. And she says, "Okay, I want you to listen very carefully to me, okay? I know that the 300 is probably for revival of sorts, and I'm okay with that for the first time. But if I die a second time, which is very possible, I died to a squirrel attack once. If that happens a second time, then I want you to go to the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guildhall and get Willie, okay? He's probably just standing in a corner looking at a spider or something, okay? So I want you to get him, tell him that Runii is dead and she needs to be revived like him. Do you have all of that?"
Sign this. And she hands you this DNR form. You can write, there's a paragraph space, an empty box that you can fill your words in with, your request and
what to do with the body.
Yeah.
So I'll just put down all of that, specifically like underlining the revive me once, but if I go down again, get Willie.
Yeah. Yeah. They have encountered this with 1,000 applicants, and having done this for many years, they have encountered this before. Yeah.
Perfect. Good to go. Got the 1,300 to her.
Yeah, and it's actually only, I guess for the first one, yeah, it's 1,300. So she gives each of you an adhesive chest-sized paper proclaiming a big number. 280, 281, 282. Who is wearing which number?
I think in order, that means Skirmish, Lucien, and Runii. So 280, 281, 282, right?
That works for me. 280 is a great number, and I wear it proudly.
Does this mean I'm a
Lucien.
palindrome? 282, 82, 82.
I believe
Yeah,
yes.
Paladin, get inside. And the lady like nods her head at the door, gesturing for Runii to go in first. Can the other two please remove your headphones?
Ooh.
Oh my.
Headphones removed.
Yep, they're gone.
Runii, there's a door in front of you.
I open the door. I burst through.
You burst into a bedroom-sized room, so you can see the wall across from you, but not touch it. It's a pretty empty room with a man sitting behind a desk on the left wall, leaving the majority of the room as open space. He says, with you bursting in, he says, "Whoa, welcome. Which of your skills would you like to use to qualify? Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma?"
Oh, obviously intelligence.
The man points to the wall of 2 doors behind him. He says, "One of these doors takes you to the next stage in the tournament. The other takes you to general admission. Once you choose and walk through, you cannot change your mind. Deduce the correct door and decide your own fate."
Ooh. Okay. Let me see if there are any spells I could use. Okay. So DM, could I use a skill check for this? Okay. My investigation's not the best. Arcana, nature. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Actually, would it so I don't know if this would disqualify me. So I have this spell called Etherealness, which brings me to the ethereal realm, which is basically just regular, but I can like walk through walls and stuff. If I were to go and walk through each door and see which one it has and then come back into the room, would that technically disqualify me because I've walked through one of the doors already?
I'm going to roll a dice because I personally don't care, and that means it becomes random. It was above 10, so you can do it.
Okay.
That's fine. You could do that. That demonstrates your skills.
Excellent. Thank you for being so understanding. And so this is like a 7th level spell. So she does this really elaborate, she does this really, really elaborate spell casting, like her hands flying everywhere and stuff. And she just disappears. The guy can't see her anymore. And she just literally like walks through the door on the left and then walks through goes back and walks through the door on the right.
So when you walk through the door on the left, you see the door opens to a hallway. A few dozen people are walking past. There is a temple entrance visible on the left down the hallway. This is clearly general admission.
Okay. So I'll walk back and I'll just double check to make sure the right is one, just in case there isn't any like trickery going on. Like, haha, you chose either door and that was incorrect. It was the wall.
The right door takes you ethereally to a room with rows of chairs like a waiting room. Buff people and people in wizard's robes are sitting and waiting.
Okay, so she'll walk back out, drop the spell, and she'll turn dramatically and say, "I know which door I choose.
Oh, she's back.
I choose I choose the right."
That is correct.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, thank you very much. And she'll just walk on through the right door.
Yeah, you did. You took the right door. Excellent. Take your headphones off. You're in a waiting room. Welcome back, my two people who definitely were not wearing stuffed animals on their heads. How are you today?
Doing quite well, thank you.
Yes.
There was a
wants
lot
to-
of laughter that I saw, so looking forward to listening to the episode.
Yeah, Runi's great. All right, who wants to go next?
You are me, Skirmish.
I'll go ahead.
All right, I'll take these off.
Okay. Skirmish, you see a door?
Okay, hello. I would like to open the door.
Okay,
Pass
you
through
step.
it.
Yeah, you step into about a bedroom-sized room, which is that you can see the other wall of it clearly, but it's not close enough to touch. A man is sitting behind a desk on the left wall, leaving the majority of the room as open space. He says, "Welcome. Which of your skills would you like to use to qualify? Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma?"
Well, I would like to use strength.
"Of course, sir." He hands you a tomato and he says, "Show me your strength."
Okay. I would like to squish the tomato and say, grrr.
Please roll an athletics skill check.
Right. I got a 31.
The tomato squeezes in your hands tightly under the pressure until it squishes and explodes. He reaches out and, with his hand open, beckons for it to be returned to him.
Oh, sorry. I kind of fling the seeds and the goo onto his hand.
In his hand, he whispers, "Mending, mending, mending," over and over, and it reforms into a normal tomato shape.
Whew.
He says, "Yes, you are much stronger than your average person. Please proceed to the next room," pointing to the door on the right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what's your name, by the way?
"Mendelssohn. I do
Mendelssohn.
mending."
Oh, well, you did a fantastic job. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Skirmish, and number 280, I suppose. And I'll go ahead and go through the door. Thank you.
The next room has rows of chairs like a waiting room. Buff people and people in wizard's robes are sitting and waiting, and you walk towards Runii, who hasn't seen you yet, and I'm going to have you take off your headphones. You are about to greet Runii.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello. There is a door in front of you.
Oh, just one moment, please. Lucien's going to run back to Mecha Skirmish and come out with a big old red staff, his staff of the Magi, just in case. And he'll run right up to the door, open it, and waltz right in.
Okay, and you can take Mecha Skirmish with you. It is a big door.
Gotcha.
And-
In that
yeah.
case, I'll drive it in.
Clump, clump, clump go the Mecha Skirmish feet as you step into an about bedroom-sized room, which is to say you can see the other wall of it clearly, but it's not close enough to touch. A man is sitting behind a desk on the left wall, leaving the majority of the room as open space. He greets you, saying, "Welcome. Which of your skills would you like to use to qualify? Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma?"
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that intelligence is probably my best bet.
The man points to the wall of 2 doors behind him. He says, "One of these doors takes you to the next stage of the tournament. The other takes you to general admission. Without changing your mind, once you choose you have made your choice, deduce the correct door and decide your own fate."
Interesting. Lucien would like to peer around the room for anything that strikes out. You could say that would be perception or investigation.
Use the intelligence trait.
Investigation it is. My luck is excellent today, and upon rolling a 3 this time, bumping it to a 14, I'm going to use another flash of genius to bump that to a 19.
That's good, because a 14 would have failed. I've written that paragraph, but I don't have to read it today. With a 19, the left door has more muddy footprint marks going through it. And if you need a clue, I can give you more clues, but this is the intelligence one, so I'll just give you one clue. The left door has more muddy footprint marks going through it.
Lucien plays with his monocle a little bit, and can I try and recall just, how strong the contestants who were applying, like, in front of the line looked, like if most of them would have gone home or if most of them would have made it.
Most of them would have gone home.
Aha. Well, Lucien is going to shuffle over, take one last look at the footprints, and then run back over to Mecha Skirmish, turn the ignition back on, and waltz it over to the non-muddy step door and open it.
You step through the right door. And I'll wave everybody in. Come on back in. Put your headphones back on. Mecha Skirmish enters the waiting room that contains Runii, Skirmish, and other people.
That was an interesting one.
I'm glad to see you all made it through. What did you guys end up picking?
I picked the one with the tomato, and I got to squish a tomato, and it was extremely satisfying.
Huh. I just had 2 doors and was told to pick one.
Me too. What did you do to figure out which one to go through?
Well, I noticed this trail of muddy footprints leading to one door, and I, judging by the people in front of us in line, saw a minor competence issue, so I assumed most people would be leaving. So I just took the other door.
That's really smart.
What did you do?
I cast etherealness on myself and then went through both doors to figure out which one it would go where. Which, I mean, at the time it felt like a really good idea, but now, after what you said, I could have probably saved that powerful spell for something useful.
I mean, you used your strengths to succeed, and that's all we can ever ask.
What level spell would you say, if you were to rank spells in a difficulty type of sense, would you say it's like on a scale of 1 to 7? I don't know. How hard
definitely a 7.
Oh dear.
But it's okay. I can do it one more time. It's no biggie.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have Mecha Skirmish, who needs spells?
Restore a spell to you, but not that powerful. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's like Lucien said. I just did what I'm good at, and I'm really good at spells.
You guys, you don't have to be that terrified. I'm only going to kill you. It's okay.
We're ready.
I've been ready for that since episode 1.
Bring it on.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So you guys are in a waiting room. There are other people here.
Anyone?
There's also, you can see your way to general admission, but there's a person who noted that you passed and is writing down a list. So you're good. You're in.
Okay. Anyone in
guys.
here? Oh, yes, Skirmish.
I was going to say, should we start psychologically trying to psych people out, get in their heads, you're not going to win, or I'm not very good at that, but do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I think so. Is there anyone here who looks like they're definitely the biggest, toughest looking guy of the bunch,
Yes. There are 2 people who look like they're matched goons.
Interesting. Another duo.
Anyone who looks like particularly smart, I guess? Like anyone on the intelligence or magic level?
Yes. There is a 20-year-old, 5'6", 115-pound human with brown hair and brown eyes and Caucasian skin. Lucien recognizes her as a former assistant baker to Ilyana Hilaris.
Wow. She went far. Interesting. Lucien will give Runii a little nudge, and I think that one over there used to work for the local bakery. Oh, geez, I'm a bit struggling to remember what it was called.
Bread
those
broth and
buns,
beyond?
those buns
Them
dough,
buns
I
dough.
think.
Oh,
Yeah, them
that
buns
place
dough.
is
Yeah,
great.
something like that.
That's not
man,
a
that
bakery
was-
I've been to. They look particularly smart, though. I'd watch out for them. They just have a presence to them.
Yeah, they said they were going to look for better things, and evidently they've gotten there, I think. Wow. Wait, could you describe the big person, or the double goons you mentioned?
Yeah, Crumb and Flaky. They're from the Great Bakery Fakery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them is a 23-year-old, 6'2" 196-pound human male with sandy brown hair and light brown eyes. The other is a 31-year-old, 6'4", 207-pound human male with strawberry blonde hair, golden brown skin, and blue eyes. Both of them wear brown leather armor with a white stripe going down the sleeves, and they look kind of goony. They look like henchmen.
Yeah.
Bakery
I
theme
remember
going on
them.
here.
Should we have baked bread before we came?
Yeah, I feel like we're underprepared all of a sudden.
We should have just brought Gatsby. He's got quite the arm when it comes to throwing bread.
Does anyone know how to cook? I'm an
don't.
alchemist.
Nope.
Hey, Runii, what do you say, maybe we get into Mecha Skirmish and see just how strong those goony-looking guys over there are?
I think that's a great idea.
We could challenge them to a bit of an arm wrestle or something. I've never won one of those in my life, so this is going to be very exciting.
Let's do it. Let's hop in.
All right.
Challenge them to an arm wrestling match. Just to show them how weak they are.
Yeah, no. Lucien will jump in to the one of the seats and wait for Runii to get in as well, shut the hatch, and give it a couple seconds just so no one's suspicious, and then roar Mecha Skirmish to life, pulling that like big throw fist in the air, make metal screech horn to kind of get everyone's attention, and then let's stomp over to the big Goonie guys, and Lucien will pull down like a little microphone from the ceiling. There's one next to Runii as well, and just, hey, you guys, you want to arm wrestle? And what's coming out of the mech is like a much more deepened voice.
Huh? They look around. Oh, the egg.
The egg.
We're not an egg. We're your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
The same voice, but it's now having a different person speaking through it.
Yes. It's like two very clearly different personalities.
What's in it for me?
Your
Gold.
chance at glory and
That too.
gold.
I'm going to need a skill check from my players.
Okay.
I think your chance at glory was Rooney's and then gold. You're going to need to elaborate
Yeah.
on that. Their ears perked up. I do
Oh,
like
they're
gold.
pricked up on the gold. Lucien checks his notebook, which has all of his transactions, and there's just a big, like, fat minus 300,000 written across one of the pages. Looking at the books here, I can offer you. Well, you paid 1,300 gold to get in here. How about I reimburse you for it? Each.
And if we win, we get the 1,300 gold. And if you win, you get 1,300 gold?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Roll your persuasion check with advantage. And then Runii, roll your persuasion check. I'm going to roll for both of them because there are two people.
Hey. I finally got good luck with the skill I have +0 at and rolled a 19.
I got a 2.
All right. One of them will arm wrestle you for 1,300 gold.
I see. Well, secretly, they're fighting us both.
All right. So Crumb, the younger of the two, he's 23 years old. I'm going to equate age with wisdom here. And, you know, Flaky's 31. He's been through this. He's armed wrestled eggs before. And so he's going to stand back and watch. But Crumb is definitely going to arm wrestle you. So you guys, you head over, I guess, to a table or something?
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of ledge wall. I don't know. And you start to arm wrestle. Now, arm wrestling is probably athletics based, and you don't know this, but there's a number written down here. Actually, maybe I can make it big enough for you guys to see. Can you see that? The number for their strength?
Yep.
Do you see what strength they have?
Wow.
Can you read that out loud?
That's not rune to them, is
It's
it?
a 30.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
10.
So you picked the goons to arm wrestle with the strength of 30 set before the game. So what's going to happen is going to happen.
It's
a
okay.
plus
We're
10
using.
to their
I mean, like, we're
athletics.
using the stats of
Yeah.
the machine.
We have the
so-
machine that also happens to have 30, which is terrifying at the sheer might that this man has, but
Don't break your toy.
yeah, I
we're
hope my
gonna-
arm doesn't, or our
We're
arm
going to
doesn't
roll
come
a
off,
dice,
but
and we're going to add 10 each, so it really comes down to the dice. All right.
I'll say, Runii, you can roll this one.
Are you sure? I rolled a 2 for my persuasion check.
Yeah, you
I
got
feel
that
like you
out of
got
the
the
way.
That
right
means
dice.
statistically, you're probably going to roll high this time.
No, every roll is an independent roll.
Yeah.
It
Don't
probably
worry
is not
about that.
influenced by the others.
Look what you did to the Guildhall. You clearly know how to use the arms for distracting potential.
I like how you're blaming her for that.
It definitely wasn't Lucien accidentally bumping something with his arm.
That's a 14.
Oh no.
I rolled a 4 on the dice. I told you I'm cursed tonight.
Well,
Slams the mech arm down. And I'm gonna, I think there's no damage taken because there was enough damage done to your pride. But you do owe them 1,300 gold.
That's good. You're psyching them out.
Lucien pats the side of Mecha Skirmish. It's okay, buddy. We'll show him what you got. And he'll toss another 1,300 gold. Yeah, I'm already very down in the drain this episode.
So when I witness this, I am very excited because I'm like, that was brilliant. So now they think we're pushovers and we're not. So they're going to come in all overconfident and cocky and we're going to mop the floor with them. You couldn't have done it better. That was perfect.
Skirmish, you are a wonderful pet man.
No problem. Now, watch my magic when I talk to that smart lady over there.
I believe in you, buddy.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm walking over into her area, and I don't know her name, but I'm just going to start talking out loud, lamenting, like, I can't believe they won't let us use magic in this tournament. That's part of my thing.
What?
Like, I'm not just muscle.
What? They won't let you use magic? What?
Well, that's what they said. Did you not hear? Like, I know I look like a beast, and I am very strong, so I might be able to manage that way. But my secret weapon was that I have magic imbued in me, and now I cannot even use that. Oh, there's no way I'm gonna win.
Okay, so you know how you were like looking for the magic caster and like she's got pretty good wisdom, pretty good intelligence. She's gonna bluff you. She's gonna be like, that would be cheating. Roll against her deception.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, so how do am I out deceiving her then? Is that what you're saying?
You're rolling insight and she's rolling deception, and she did get an 18 on the dice. What stat goes into deception, guys? Is that charisma?
Charisma.
Yes.
Yeah, that's only a +4 for her, so that's a 22. Okay.
Well, I have a -1 for insight, and I got an 18 on the dice too. But that means it's a 17, and so...
who would use magic? That would be so cheating.
I know, right? I'm so glad we're in a court. Hey, maybe you and I can team up. Are you already on a team?
No, I am not. I would love to team up with you, but I can't because my sister is here today and she's actually the one do you want to team up with her? She's better than me, and she's gonna you can do an insight check on her. She's not gonna roll a persuasion against you because I don't have NPCs like charismatically attack my player characters, but I would like you to insight because she
Okay. I got a 13 this time.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go above 10. No, she's got a +4. All right. You're fine. Okay. Yeah, she's lying. But you're not super sure what she's uncomfortable about. Perhaps it's the magic use. Maybe it's the sister. Something's not adding up. Why wouldn't her sister be in the room with her? Something doesn't add up. But
are you gonna fight against your sister then?
Oh gosh, no. I'm here looking for her. Yeah. She now picture Sailor Moon because that's what she's describing. She's got like these like buns and these like boots and such nice polished nails and skirt, and but she looks just like me. And she's definitely the one competing. I was looking for her to cheer her on. Look, I had flowers. Where did they go?
Well, I have not seen her. If I do, I will point her out.
I will tell her to team up with you. I'll be like, look for the guy with the pants.
That's me. Okay, sounds good. Well,
not
good
much
luck.
else I can tell her to look for because, I have it.
Oh, what's about this handsome face? I've been told occasionally my face is handsome.
Right. The gray hair and the pants. Got it.
Very good. Nice to meet you, lady. Do you have a name?
Patio. And that's my sister's name too, is Patio. Lanterns. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Patio lanterns. That's lovely. Okay. Well,
my parents aren't very creative, so.
No, I'm named Skirmish. That was.
I can't. This is too good.
Is she capable in some way? Like, would I want to team up with her? I mean...
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, not very many people made it this far. And it's better as a team. You can always decide at the top.
I think I have to admit something to you. I've been deceiving you. This has nothing to do with magic. But you are a pretty lady. And I just want to get to know you better.
Oh, poor Skirmish.
Oh my god. I feel like there's just so much like psychic damage going towards Skirmish right now, just in this one conversation alone.
We failed so miserably, and it's only been like 5 minutes in here.
We're going to do great, you guys.
So, I feel like my friend is always telling me to shoot my shot, but I'm not a very good shooter. I'm going to go ahead and walk over there, and hopefully they'll let us use magic after all, but we'll see. I don't know. Good luck out there. It was nice to meet you. And
I mean, you got to do a persuasion check. Let's see if she's, enamored with you. So
persuasion.
See if she found that charming.
Hey, sometimes when people walk up to you and they say stupid stuff at first, it's just because they're nervous.
Oh yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I rolled a 2 on the dice, but I have a high persuasion, so it gets to a 10. It's not that pitiful.
Yeah,
but it's not great.
Okay, all right. So there is no particular impression left on her. A 10 is exactly middle. So yeah.
I will take her hand and I'll shake it firmly, like, oh, all right, good day.
Yep.
I'll turn around and I will just kind of shake my head and shrug to my teammates, like, I tried. Maybe we should have done it backwards. I don't know.
I'm sure we'll do fine in the arena.
Yep.
Skirmish. Mecha Skirmish was modeled after you, of course, so they share about the same stats.
Okay, perfect.
Or same strengths and weaknesses, so I think either way we would have been screwed.
No, we're getting into their heads. They're gonna get overconfident. Let me tell you, that is the undoing of many a warrior. So, I think we're gonna be okay.
You're right. I mean, Lucien quickly looks around and whispers, I have some tricks. Maybe we could get a couple dragons on the field. One of you might have to be one of those, but at least one other would be like an actual dragon. Don't worry about that for now, though.
Okay. Have you guys wandered out into like the general hall and stuff? Because this waiting room was just for groups to meet up. It's kind of full and you're being pushed out. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were waiting to get called in to fight or something.
Nah.
Well, in that case, what do we see out the other side of the kind of waiting area?
Let's see. Do a perception check.
Because we've just been rolling so well tonight.
Really, really good.
So good.
Somehow got another low roll and only got a 14. And for the sake of having some to use later, I'm not going to use Spark of Genius this time.
I got a 13.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought just one of us was rolling.
Oh.
Nah.
It tottered on 19, then went to 9. So that's 9.
Wow, this was an 18 to pass. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you guys failed, and I will let you know, but your characters don't. No, it couldn't be. He vanished without a trace 90 years ago. He wouldn't just be standing there in line for a hot dog. Player, as a result of this role, your character Lucien Dumar is convinced they did not perceive their father, Maxime Dumar, in the stadium crowd.
Whoops.
This is the curse of knowledge.
Unfortunate. Lucien's just polishing Mecha Skirmish a bit, getting rid of a couple dings from the arms smashing against the table.
Rooney's just so embarrassed from the performance against Crumb. She's just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Don't worry, we're saving it we're gonna put everything on the field.
Yeah,
You're
we
right,
got this,
Skirmish.
don't worry. If we don't, we're all kicked out of the guild, so...
We can begin our own guild. One with a
You're right,
completed,
you're right. Maybe if we're
completed
lucky,
Guildhall.
maybe if we're lucky, they'll let us, they'll take a portion out of our future job payments, and we'll eventually finance back what's required to build the guild.
We have to win, you guys, for our pride. It's not even about the money anymore. We have to do this to prove ourselves.
Yeah, we're the
Alternatively,
best.
the audience gets to enjoy Descent into Madness real time.
Don't worry, because after the game, just remind me, and I will let you know what the conversation with your father would have looked like. We can always do that later, and I've got it all typed up and written down. So
Interesting.
you can do it later. Not a big deal. Don't worry. I'm not gonna never know. And for the peek behind the curtain for the listeners, I send them my plan for the game afterwards, so you would know. You'll be able to read it on the page anyway, even if or we could handle it post credit, but it's fine. But basically, your dad's kind of a jerk. All right, so
who would have guessed?
Yeah, I mean, he left you 90 years ago and hasn't come back. Is not.
I mean, you
cool.
never know. The
Dude.
machine might launch Lucien into the crowd and just happen to land him next to his dad.
No, yep, that's officially out of the game. That's real consequences for real things. So
Wow.
we are moving on.
Unfortunate.
It's fine. It's fine. But he's an Niqamui, by the way. All right, so
Oh no!
You can't just drop that and wait till the
they're
end of
just
the
sitting
game.
in the audience.
No,
That's
it's
unfortunate.
fine.
Pretend
but,
Skirmish did not know.
no, well, because becoming an Niqamui makes you stop caring about your family, and so he became an Niqamui and he stopped caring about his family, and so it all makes sense, and so
I
that's why
see.
he left you. It's because he stopped caring about you. All right, so
Yeah, probably
but-
still unforgive him.
of course not. Yeah, that was just going to be a sad scene anyway. All right, so we're going to move on. But players, I really love games where your actions, roles, and everything matter. So we're going to move on. Yeah, because what you do matters.
All right. In that case,
So, speaking of which, I would like to get a few hot dogs or whatever fine snacks they have at the snack bar for me and my friends, so we're fueled up for a fight.
Yeah, you've got hot dogs in your hands. Overhead, a magically amplified voice announces, Contestants, proceed to Airship Boarding Zone 2. Signs
Oh my.
all around the stadium point to a stairwell labeled 2 Airship Boarding Zone 2.
wow.
What'd they say? We're going on an airship?
Contestants, proceed to Airship Boarding Zone 2.
Anyone have a fear of flying?
Nope.
Wonderful.
Not anymore.
Hopefully Mecha Skirmish doesn't bring the airship over capacity, but guess we'll go for a swim if it does. Let's go.
All right.
Hopefully Crumb doesn't bring the airship down with his big meaty arm.
All right. Guess we're gonna start shambling our way through the airport.
Yeah, let's go head over.
Get lost and scaredy.
No, it's Airship Boarding Zone 2. Oh, yeah, it's like a helicopter pad at the top of the football stadium.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Interesting.
You emerge from the stairwell to a windy platform high above the stands full of audience and the center competition area. So it's high above all of that, which, by the way, is filled with a magical fog that you can't see through. An airship. Imagine like a helicopter pad, and then imagine an airship there. Now, the airship resembles the Flying Dutchman, a wood and sails galleon ship, and it awaits you. Do you board the gangway?
Yes, of course.
Does Mecha Skirmish fit on the gangway?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. In that case, let's go.
Yeah, of course.
Hundreds of other contestants also board. You would say that about 25% of the original 1,000 are left at this point.
Oh, wow.
With a lurch, the ship rises into the air. It soars over the stadium, over the stands filled with audience members, over the fog. The amplified announcer voice speaks again. in a very bad pirate accent, but that's the announcer, not me. I'm also bad at pirate accents, but it says, Arg mateys, this year's tournament is a free-for-all. You can fight individually or in a team. You decide. It doesn't end until whoever is at the top agrees to split the 1,000,000 gold. Unconsciousness or death means you agree to receive 0 gold. Do my players need the rules repeated?
Nope.
So, for clarification, it doesn't end until people agree on the gold.
It doesn't end until whoever is at the top agrees to split the 1,000,000 gold.
At the
top, eh?
top, not last standing.
We're on a ship in the air, above everyone.
Okay, so you guys good on the rules?
Yeah. I think so.
Yes.
Continuing. Before you can reach the top, everyone starts at the bottom. It's time to walk the plank.
Uh-oh.
And there is a plank.
I would like to cast mage armor on myself before we do this.
Successful.
Excellent.
Okay. Just double checking something. Okay. Yeah,
I would
okay.
also like to cast mirror image on myself.
Successful.
Perfect.
How long does that last, out of curiosity?
I have to check my book.
Oh, well, in
So-
that case...
I'm
go on,
going to
Sue.
use... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Lucien.
No, go on. I was listening.
I was going to say, just so Runii is ready, I'm going to cast Bolstering Magic, and I can return an expended spell slot, level equal to or less than what I've rolled. And so I rolled a 3. Does that cover any of your spells that you just cast?
Yes, it would cover mirror image, which is a 2nd level spell.
Okay.
Great. Lucien
you.
was just going to crawl sort of to the edge. See how far of a drop we're talking about here?
Beyond terminal velocity.
Ah,
I'm going to sit back and watch. There's a lot of other people here. I'm
yeah.
going to see what they do. Can hang back.
Lucien is just going to tiptoe, try and get Skirmish and Runii sort of close to each other and just say, so Mecha Skirmish might take some damage from the fall, but anything below him is going to take a lot more damage from the fall. So I think we should let a couple more people jump off.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds about right to me.
They
think
all
that's the
decide
plan.
to wait. They all decide to wait. An eagle person with the number 14 glued on them flaps their wings and flies off the ship. They disappear into the fog.
Interesting.
I would like to shout down to the Eagle Man. It's like, let us know when you hit the bottom.
They do not shout anything back.
Well, that was rude.
They were a lady.
Oh. Is anybody
just
else? Oh.
It's fine. Still rude. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are.
Is anyone else taking the plunge, or is everyone just kind of looking around at each other waiting for someone else to be the first to do it?
A
Oh,
gnome.
sure.
Were you asking
go
the DM or who were you asking?
I was asking the DM, yeah, just to see what the other characters on board were doing.
Okay. A gnome becomes sparkly blue, twinkly blue. Without hesitation, they step off the galleon's railing, seesawing back and forth as they fall like a feather would.
On that note, Lucien is going to tap his Staff of the Magi on the ground and cast... Never mind, looking at the wrong thing. He's going to give... brain. He's going to cast Fly, there we go, on Skirmish so that he has a way down to the bottom. And on that note, he's going to turn to Runii and say, well, if they need a bit of a helping hand, maybe we can make a big entrance and redeem some of our lost pride.
Maybe we can bring a couple of them with us.
That's not a bad idea.
I would like to pop my head out of the machine and use the spell Big B's Hand and use it to start like pushing people out of the galleon and into the cloud before we get down.
From 0 to screw everybody else.
Yep.
Roll a d20.
It should be noted it has a strength of 26, which is a +8 modifier. I rolled a 14 on the dice, so that's 22.
You push 22 people off of the boat.
Perfect.
Ship, whatever.
And I think Lucien will, while Runii is doing that, just throw both of the drive levers forward and Mecha Skirmish clanks right off the edge of the plank.
Yeah. That action was taken. Runii was inside it, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Skirmish.
I see them, I shrug, and I'm aware that I have a fly spell on me, right?
Yeah, he didn't subtle cast it.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and dive over the plank. I'm not even going to walk the plank. I'm going to jump over the plank and then jump past it and just dive down and go, whee!
All right. So for the mech encased people, you don't feel this, but Skirmish, the wind whips past you, wringing tears from your eyes. And I was going to say, what are each of you doing as you fall? But you made it pretty clear. Aiming for people to land on.
Yes.
And saying we.
Yes.
All right. I would like you to roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifying mech bonus to that, because the dex is going to try to maneuver like a thrown object.
Oh my god.
To see, yeah?
The mech just rolled a nat 20 with a +2 to dex.
Well,
Yes!
okay. So there were some people who were grabbing hands and helping each other down because they were like, we can like be a team at first and then later we'll definitely backstab each other. And they were, you ever seen skydivers hold hands in a circle with their arms held out to their sides? So these were halflings, and the whole circle of them gets taken out with the crunch back landing on them. And
I turn on the windshield wipers.
yeah. Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
There is actually an attack, by the way, that the mech does have once it hits the ground. It causes like a shockwave.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, so everything within 5 feet of where it hits the ground needs to roll a DC 25 dexterity saving throw, or
gosh.
take 26 bludgeoning damage halved on a success. Anyone who fails is knocked prone.
Like 2 additional people get knocked prone, and the fog is a little bit dense around you, but you're all together. I'm not going to split you up with this. Skirmish, you're watching windshield wipers scrape halfling off of the egg, and 2 people have fallen down. Priests are popping out of the ground and just touching the little crushed halflings, and the diamond disappears in an explosion of diamond powder, and the halflings live again. Don't you fret. Don't you frown. And you are all standing as the mist retreats a little bit, and you can see now, because the audience needs to be able to see this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
As the mist retreats, you see before you a giant 5-tier pyramid. If you've seen the aggro crag in the show Guts when you were a kid, it's the aggro crag. It's got mist coming off it. It's got rolling boulders. It's got stuff I can't tell you yet because that'd be spoilers. And it's like making crunching sounds. And that is what awaits you next time in part 2. Joining us for part 1 were Runii,
Let's do this!
Lucien,
This is going to be excellent.
and Skirmish.
I'm so happy we've entered. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and switch off my Skirmish voice to my review reading voice.
Oh, the NPR.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
A bus crashed today. No, I'm just sorry. It says, it does not say that in the review because that would be very depressing. It says, hello, this is from Flower Power 420. Hello, Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Oh, exclamation point. Hello, Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Listening to your podcast has been such a delightful way to make my commute go better. I find myself laughing out loud enough that others on the road probably think I am crazy. That will not dissuade me because I love the show. Keep it up. Well, that was very nice, so thanks. And if you have a review that you would like to submit and tell us that how we are hopefully improving your day, let us know. Send a review on iTunes and we will read it during the show. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. This episode's shout out is from Mennonite_novelty, who says, quote, Port St. Lucie Cheer Squad is number 1. Shout out to Ollie, Sophie, Em, Lily, Aubrey, and Zoe. Here's to a fantastic junior year. End quote. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. Is there a special day coming up for them? We can wish them a happy message on your behalf. You can arrange for us to read your shout out on air at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com through our partnership with the website Buy Me a Coffee. Do you enjoy reading books? You can find ebooks, paperbacks, hardcover novels, and audiobooks based on our adventures on Amazon.com. We also have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Lastly, we don't pay to advertise our show, so the only way we can grow is if you tell someone about us. Is there an episode that would make that person smile? Tell them about it. Thank you. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast for this episode. Everybody, please roll a d20.
Oh dear.
And don't tell me your numbers just yet, because I haven't written down. I'm doing a, lazy DM thing. Where's my giant marker? Yes. Giant marker. Okay, now you can roll a d20.
I got a 2.
I got a 5.
Lucien also got a 5.
Really, you guys? Really? Are you okay? What was the number? Go ahead and say it out loud.
It's 3.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it's Skirmish.
It's me. That's fantastic. All right. So here is what's happened. We find Lucien at the end of what seemed to be a very long night, covered in grease and oil after perfecting his latest creation. He's on the bar, exhausted. I, unbeknownst of that situation, I slap him on the back like, hey, how you doing there, buddy? And then Runii is also there. And Lucien perks up and he's like, oh, I've got to show you this fantastic thing I've been working on. And our interest is piqued. So he's about to take us to show us when we hear a loud boom. And then we're like, what's that? Runii, because she's amazing, she runs to the front and then she's ready to protect us. She knocks over to Lucien, I pick him up, we go outside, we're ready to fight, but it's fireworks. And as it turns out, a whole crowd of people is going to the harbour and there's some kind of celebration. And then a passerby says, it's the Niqamui fighting tournament today. And none of us knew that. And so it's very exciting because fighting tournaments are something that we are ready for. But we don't want to step on Lucien's surprise. So we head to the back because he's got this big outdoor workshop and he flicks on the lights and these floodlights go onto this giant mechanical me. It's a mecha skirmish, as he calls it. It's got a nice bonnet and a sash. And Runii is very excited. And her and Lucien go into Mecha Skirmish and start trying to work it out. And as I notice the similarities between Mecha Skirmish myself, I start doing jumping jacks because I put on a little weight. While I'm doing jumping jacks, an errant arm collides with my back and gives me a good bit of damage, but not as much as the damage that is to the Guildhall, knocking over a wall, destroying the bar, and Nulasag's mahogany desk. Quickly, I go to check on the bar, because that's my favourite place to be, besides with my friends, of course. Nusi, the bartender, is okay. I have a drink. Apparently the damages are around 300,000 gold. Lucien is crestfallen, but we commit to winning the tournament, winning the money, and paying off this debt. And he doesn't know this, but I have some money stashed away that I'll help him with anyway, even if we lose, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so they're in Mecha Skirmish. They're ready to go. We start walking toward the harbor. We sign up. We have various tests. I do in a tomato with great prejudice. And the other two pick the right doors that they're supposed to. We walk in. We try to do some psyops and psych out the competitors, and we fail miserably. But I paint the best picture possible. Like, oh, no, now they think they're going to be too confident. And so I think we're going to be okay. Anyway, after that, we get hot dogs. And then we go to a helipad/airship area because they don't have helicopters in this world. And we fly up. Then we are told to jump off the plank onto the ground below. But there's this magical fog all around us. We can't see anything. Locally, Lucien casts fly on me, so I'm fine. But they go over in Mecha Skirmish and go kaboom and land in this great shockwave and knock over some people, squish a few gnomes on the way down. It's kind of gross. But locally, as part of the entrance fee, there's a, hey, we will revive you if you die type of thing. And so they're fine. At least that's what the DM says, so I'm good with that. Anyway, we're on the field of battle, and that's where we pick up.
And Lucien, go ahead and look at, or I guess when you fiddle with one of the controls, you notice that Mecha Skirmish isn't responding quite as quickly as it had before because it took 70 damage from falling, and you realize one of the big problems of having a mech is you don't feel pain. You just feel unresponsiveness.
That is unfortunate, but noted.
But you should see those other guys.
I have
They're
a feeling
flat.
they were hurt slightly more. And on that note,
So
health
there's a
is
big
reported.
pyramid, right?
You are all standing approximately 400 feet away from the base of what you can envision as the aggro crag from Guts. There are rocks rolling down it. There is fog coming off it. It's making spooky sounds. And there are people around you. Now, as the priests and clerics and paladins take away the injured through a tunnel system that is convenient and not going to be mentioned all that much in detail, the others around you who were not, but it's like killed once, taken off the field sort of thing. So the others around you who were not squished but knocked down stand up, and one of them starts to confront you. This is a Triton with blue skin and spiky shark teeth and rows of them. And they come up to you and they poke the egg in the egg's chest where that would be. And the egg does not step backward or bounce backward at all. And they hurt their fingers slightly and they start to confront you. Now, stuff is happening while this is happening. So, Skirmish, I'm going to give you a perception check in a few seconds. But before that, you knocked me down.
Lucien
Runii
just
just
looks over to
kinda-
Runii.
Yeah, Runii looks over to Lucien. I say we run.
I say we run through him.
Brilliant! She pulls the levers, presses the buttons. We try to run him over as we get to the aggro crag.
He will roll a dexterity saving throw. And, okay, got a number. Roll it to hit.
All right. I think for simplicity's sake, we can count that as one of the fists. Does a 27 happen to hit?
Oh, yes. And you run right over the shark person. How much damage average does that fist do?
On average, that is going to be a 36. No, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
That's, wait. Yes, no, that is
Yeah,
correct.
it's 36.
Yeah. The shark person goes flying through the air, twisting as they do, their shark teeth rotating in the air. And Skirmish, you don't see this because you are distracted by a flash of light in the distance. And you can see there are stands, but they are very far away. You're on a lawn. It's grassy. Between you and the stands, a flash of light flashes and then condenses into a wall. This shimmering vertical wall of force. You guys ever played there's a famous book called Battle Royale, and there's a game called, I think, Fortnite. And so basically, the shimmering wall approaches you. It's getting closer and closer, and people are screaming as it approaches them. And then the scream is cut off. and you guys are already barreling through a shark. This one's for Skirmish. As it's coming up on you, and you are 400 feet away from the base of the pyramid, Skirmish. What do you do?
How far away is this shimmering wall?
I'm not going to use numbers because then I could be wrong. It's far away now, but it's getting closer.
So here's what I would like to do. I would like to take out, I have just a handful of javelins. I would like to throw a javelin at it to see what happens if something runs into the wall. If it's close enough, If not, well...
Yeah. Sure, you wait until it's close enough. The wall is 50 feet away from you now because that way you can hit it. I think javelins are 60, right?
30 accurately, 120 with disadvantage. But it's a giant wall, right?
It's a giant. It's like 100 feet from you. Okay. All right. So with disadvantage, but it's a giant wall. Your javelin disintegrates when it hits that wall.
Oh. Okay. Then as soon as I see that, I would like to rage and turn tail and run the other way toward the aggro crag. Whatever, the giant thing.
The non-copyright mountain of much rumbling.
Yeah, the gutsy mountain.
Yes, the gutsy mountain.
On that note, the Mecha Skirmish happens to have 60 feet of movement, and depending on how fast that wall is coming, Lucien will happily use his upcoming turns to dash to make that 120.
The mech makes it with no problem. You started running right away, and you run really fast. That's not an issue. Skirmish, you waited until it was 100 feet behind you. So
True.
You can see that the mech has reached the wall. We're going to get to you. The mech has reached a tall, vertical rock wall. Now, Skirmish, how fast do you run? So,
normally I run 40 feet a second. Or a turn. Sorry, not a second. That would be insane. So 40 feet. However, when I rage, I can automatically pounce half my speed. So it would be 60 the first turn. And then that would just be movement. And then if I chose to dash equivalent action, I could move up to 100 feet. And I'm flying. So it would be away from the wall.
Excellent. That is quite speedy. You pass a shark person that is standing up, this Triton person. I'm just giving them shark attributes. Shark person stands up, dusts themselves off, and looks around in confusion as a Skirmish, not a Mecha Skirmish, whizzes past them. Hey, haven't I seen you before? And the wall hits them. Now, with electricity zapping all over their skin, they don't disintegrate like the javelin because it's hard to revive people and it costs money. And let's be real, we're putting on a sports show here, not paying for revivification after disintegration, but we will disintegrate your weapons. So that's right, everyone. Your weapons are in mortal peril.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like a rust monster, but meets Fortnite. So anyway, it's coming for your weapons. Anyway, so he goes zzz, and like a stun gun, falls down to the ground and twitches. Clearly out for the count. Now we have reached the rock wall. Mecha Skirmish, how good do you climb? And Skirmish, you're one turn behind them.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, how thick is this wall looking? Because as you alluded to in the first part, Mecha Skirmish's fists are slightly hazardous to objects.
Yeah. Would you test this by punching the rock wall?
You know what? Sure. Lucien will use his turn, since technically we have two pilots, to just give the wall a nice hard punch and see how much of an effect that has.
About 100 and... Was it 108? What was that? Something damage?
Yeah, that's more or less right. Give or take like 5.
It's like
of what the
36
average.
tripled, so around 100 damage.
All right. Kapow! Goes your fist into the rock wall. You have made I'm going to say mechanically, you've turned this into a much 10 lower difficulty check rock wall to climb because you've made a hole in it that your fist can grab onto very easily.
That's
how
a
really
good way
strong people can grab, can punch and grab. I would imagine this happening with dirt, but I guess stone in this instance, if you dig out a little hole or punch a hole in it. And then you can put your foot in it easier. That does work.
Lucien will just look at Runii and be like, well, evidently we can make our own ladder and get out of here.
Okay, so the DC is lowered. Go ahead and make your choice of skill check to climb the wall.
This would probably be using the servant's stats, right?
Yep, unless you get out.
Did you say Runii or Lucien?
Don't care.
Oh, well, probably going to be a
Lucien, you do
strength check. Okay, strength check it is. Oh dear God, that is a 13.
You were
10.
very lucky that you lowered the difficulty. Otherwise, you would have fallen on your egg bottom. Humpty Dumpty would have fallen off the wall and had a great fall.
Been taking a little bit more damage.
Yeah, well, so you thank goodness that you made a handhold because your first reach up slips. But you've got a very sturdy hand in the handhold. So you catch yourself and you make it up. But I will say that the difficulty is also lowered for everyone behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So you should note that. Speaking of skirmish, it's a DC 10 wall. You want to climb it?
Well, I'm flying, so that shouldn't be a problem. However, I do have a question. How heavy is Mecha Skirmish?
A lot.
Like over 2,000 pounds?
I mean, it's a huge construct.
I would defer to the DM, but
I'm going to go with no because it has, so canonically, the servant contains enough space for 1 ton of cargo and crew in a compartment within. So up to 1 ton makes it sound like it weighs less than 2,000 pounds, right? Which is a ton, right?
Okay, so I'm going to need some assistance with this plan I've got. I would like to try. I've got a rope of entanglement, and I will pull it out, and I will get within 50 feet of Mecha Skirmish, and I will use my command word, freeze, and the other end will reach out around the head. I hope this doesn't hurt your machine. The head of Mecha Skirmish. And I have a push, drag, lift ability of up to 1,740 pounds. And I would like to pull it up while I fly up this gutsy mountain, if the DM will allow.
Yeah, what's your weight limit on that again?
1,740 pounds.
All right. Runii, how much you weigh?
I think I'm like 130.
Lucien, how much you weigh?
About the same.
Yeah.
We're both small.
Yeah. If this was a Jenny crafted experience, like, it'd be different. But I'm going to go with these particular 2 characters. And it's not like they're like Simmond or something, you know? So, yeah, that works. It's
okay.
like a mech. It's like an egg, so it's mostly hollow. Yeah. And it's got room for 2,000 inside, which means it's mostly less than 2,000. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so
Love
I would like
it.
to. I don't know if that slows me down with my flying,
yes.
but
Yeah, you're
okay.
encumbered. So
Then
we're gonna reference the least favorite rule in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which is encumbrance. All right, is anybody familiar with that? Because I'm not.
no, sorry.
I do believe there's 2 pairs of rules. The standard encumbrance, I do believe, just is going to be half speed.
Half
for
speed skirmish.
Okay, so I'm moving at 20 feet then, and
But
that's
you're
per
flying.
movement. Yeah,
Yeah.
so up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say that you guys are zooming up the rock face. Now we have entered a mini game, which is called There's Rocks Coming at You.
Oh.
So this rock wall, not only does it have rocks coming at you because it's the gutsy mountain, but also you've got competitors that are uphill of you who got here first, who are making it more likely that they are the last ones standing on the mountain. So the combination of random and piloted and steered rocks and thrown rocks means that you guys are going to do, it's like a skill challenge. I'm going to just let you know, roll some kind of skill to dodge these rocks, or I've created a dilemma. You describe your solution using whatever skills you would like. Skirmish, you are encumbered, which means that you're going to get disadvantage in your skill.
Okay.
But your friends are flying, which means that they get advantage.
All right.
Okay.
Any order to how we're going to run these, or?
Nope. Best 2 out of 3 is how this goes. And I am
Gotcha.
setting the difficulty check with my giant readable marker.
All right, then. I think maybe one rock goes flying past us, but Lucien immediately, quick thinking, just grabs a couple levers, and he's going to try and catch the very next rock and throw it back at one of the people up climbing above us, climbing on the wall.
Smart.
Yeah, roll your skill, and everybody else, you can't use whatever skill Lucien is about to roll.
Saying, athletics, probably for the big boy to catch it.
Skirmish is very upset.
I'm so sorry, Skirmish.
It's all right. No, it's okay. We're a team.
Well, if it does make you feel any better, big boy rolled 27, so someone's
does
having
make
a
me feel
bad day.
Ooh, describe what happens as you succeed.
Lucien's just going to see whoever throws one of the rocks, catch it, and just with the force of like a full baseball pitch, but with like a multi-100-pound rock or something, Lucien's just going to throw it right back at the person who threw it and probably knock them off a very, very tall wall.
Yes. Yes, they go oof, and they go flying back. All right. Runii, you've got advantage. I want to see what you roll next. What skill did you pick?
So
Also, perception check.
Oh, just Runii?
Yep.
that's a mighty 2.
Yeah, keep going.
This is just like Heartfelt Colors, where like I just cannot roll above a 10 the entire night. Okay. DM, would you allow me to use the Arcana skill to kind of what's it called? To improve the ability to aim like a magic missile. I specifically would like to lean out of Mecha Skirmish and cast Magic Missile to hit people in the ACL or the Achilles heel to get them to stop running.
Yeah, I mean, Magic Missile specifically says it hits. Like,
Yeah.
that is the one spell that you hit.
Okay.
Pick
Am
and
I able
fire
to
and
use a
forget.
spell instead of a skill then?
Well, when you expend a leveled spell slot, you get advantage. So you currently already have advantage. It would give you no perk. So don't use your spell slot. Just roll with the advantage you already were given by Skirmish.
Gotcha.
Because you don't even have to steer the mech. You're being flown by Skirmish. So you don't have to pay any attention to that.
Okay, so that's a 16 on the dice plus Arcana would be 27.
Oof.
That passes. You take some people out by the leg, and they get zapped by the wall, which is coming up for you. Now it has become a horizontal wall, so if you fall down, you will fall through the wall.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
unfortunate.
I will quickly go back into the cockpit and be like, this is so exciting. Don't fall out.
Noted. Lucien's going to put his seatbelt on.
Skirmish, you have disadvantage on this roll that you're about to do, but you have 2 passes. You have good friends.
Oh.
What do you do? Also, perception check.
Do I have disadvantage on that?
No.
A 12.
Do you remember the sister of Patio Lanterns with the buns and the skirt and the fancy nails and the boots?
Oh, I'm supposed to be looking for her, yeah.
Yeah. She is up the wall, like leaning over it, aiming at you.
Aiming? What
but not
exactly?
Not any particular,
Okay.
like it's not like a bad thing, right? She's just looking at you with a hand raised and a glowing sphere growing in it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's to help you. Maybe there's a rock coming at you. Who knows? Go ahead. Take your turn.
So, in my turn, I will say, hey guys, I'm going to try something, but just in case, get ready to grab that wall, because I don't know how this will go.
Hey,
so what
friend.
I will do is I'm going to use my intimidation check by swinging Mecha Skirmish at people like I'm trying to break a piñata. I'm swinging it at people, not necessarily knocking them off, but like getting really close and making them feel very intimidated, you know.
You're practicing your ball and chain skills.
Yeah. exactly. And I don't know if I'm making Runii and Lucien nauseous with this.
Oh, you're going to cause as much damage to them as you do to Patio.
No. See, the thing is, I'm not causing damage. I'm just intimidating them, like swinging them close, like, hey, watch out. There's a giant mecha skirmish that's about to land on you.
Okay. Yeah, she has a plus 12 to her charisma saving throw. Yeah, let's see this.
Okay,
Oh, no.
disadvantage, you say, huh?
Come on, Skirmish.
Yeah, and you notice she's wearing a magical tiara that is giving her these powers. All right.
Okay.
Oh.
So, with disadvantage,
Magical girl transformation.
I got a 13.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, she's got a plus 12 on her.
I know. So
charisma
she
saving
needs to
throws.
roll a natural 1.
I'm going to roll a dice because it could happen.
It can happen.
It's a 3. Ah.
It's not what
so
I
close.
needed.
Guys. Oh, also, this was the DC of. You guys can see this thing, right?
Yeah.
See the number? The DC was a.
Yeah.
Say it out loud.
18.
Oh, 18.
18.
Yeah, so sorry, that's what I should have compared with. Yeah, so Skirmish fails.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You said 2 out of 3, though, so
Yeah.
I was coming in happy.
Well, here's what happens. By swinging them closer, what you didn't know is she was setting off Blazing Edict. And this is an area of effect attack, so you brought your friends into her area of effect. Oh. Everybody, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone in the servant or including Skirmish?
Including
Everybody.
Skirmish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for Runii and Lucien, since we are inside a magically resistant construction, we're going to have a advantage against that saving throw.
Well, I don't, and I got a 3.
What was the save we're rolling for it, by the way?
Wisdom.
I hope it was 2.
Wisdom.
Oh,
Oof. 19?
24.
Hey.
Runii and Runii alone passes.
Oh, no.
That's surprising.
At least there's still one person left inside who can pilot.
Yeah, that's actually very good because a stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can't speak, only faltering. Incapacitated, can't take actions or reactions. So you are stunned, you can't take actions or reactions, move, or speak only falteringly, and the move one's going to be a problem. You also are going to automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage. This was Blazing Edict. Arcane energy emanates from Patio in a 60-foot cube. Every creature in that area takes 45 radiant damage. Each creature that takes any of this damage must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be stunned until the end of Patio's next turn. Runii, you are the only not stunned one here. You are connected by a rope to your friend who has started twitching and stopped moving, and your co-pilot's down. His eyes are rolling into the back of his head and he's not saying anything. What do you do, Runii? And by the way, I'm going to say that you are 30 feet from the wall of light behind you because of story
Okay.
reasons.
So, for clarification, Skirmish was carrying us up, correct?
Yes.
So we're technically on air.
You're
So-
there. Yeah.
I did
Runii.
warn you. I said, get ready to... I mean, this is your memory coming back to you since I'm unconscious.
Oh, I also would like to keep track of this. How much health is the mech at? Because the mech's health matters. It
Right.
took 45 damage there as well as you guys did. You all did.
Gotcha. That's going to put us at 195 then.
Please tell me when it drops below half.
DM, it does regenerate 10 HP at the start of its turn. So if you'd like to roll, how many rounds?
1 turn per zone.
Oh, 1 turn per zone. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Lucien, do you mind keeping track of the HP?
Yeah, sorry. So what was just said? I didn't fully hear that about 1 turn per what?
Zone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Level of
so
the...
then we're at
Gotcha.
2. Gotcha. So then that's just gonna, for all intents and purposes, put us at 205 right now, which is still in the safe area, but not terribly far from the
Okay, so seeing everyone starting to fall, Runii will open up the hatch again and see the ground fall, coming towards them. And she will cast Wall of Force directly beneath her as a horizontal road to basically get the mecha skirmish to land on it and then create a path for it to walk to the pyramid.
Which is a vertical rock wall at this point.
Yes. And so if she can get that spell off, she will then hop back into the mech and then use the climbing feature. The mech also has a standing leap of 25 feet, and so she will pilot it to jump up and then claw its way through. I can do another athletics check if you want to see if it can get those same footholds it did at the bottom.
I just want to know your climbing speed because you're 30 feet from the wall.
It has a movement of 60 feet. I imagine climbing speed probably halved, but I think that's your call.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to look it up. Climbing speed, 5e. 2 feet of movement for each 1 feet moved. Yep. It's half.
So that's exactly 30.
Oh, so you are maintaining a narrow gap between you and this wall as you drag Skirmish up. Now you're not encumbered by Skirmish, which is good. As you drag Skirmish up this wall, as you scramble up to the top of the wall, a bang sounds, and the shimmery white wall stands level with the top of this rock wall, which is with this next level. It's a periodically tightening noose. Yay. Skirmish like had a real reaction to that. There will be less. Is that just a bad word? I should use a different word.
No, it's fine. It's just
Okay.
I'm picturing I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
And so I can't respond verbally that this sucks. But so I just go, well, I guess what's going to happen is going to happen.
Runii is literally in the cockpit, just like, because like Wall of Force is a concentration spell, and she's also piloting this thing and like watching around. There is sweat pouring down her face, and she's just like, I swear to all of the gods, when they wake up, they're going to owe me big time.
They're conscious, by the way. You're just stunned. And you are stunned until, and I said 1 turn per level, so you are stunned until you arrive at this level. So as you arrive, you are unstunned.
All right.
Oh, okay, so I did not lose consciousness, correct?
No, you were stunned.
Yeah, just clarifying, because I lose my rage if I go unconscious, but
No,
I didn't.
no.
So
No,
this
you were
is
stunned
fantastic.
for 1 turn.
Oh, I'm very upset then.
Excellent work, Runii.
Thanks. This is... Can you get back to piloting this, please? This is a lot of work.
Absolutely. Don't you worry. I have a feeling we should get on moving before this wall starts coming after us again.
And Skirmish, looking down beneath you, you do see patio lanterns. By setting off that attack, she didn't move, and she is out, down for the count.
Then I laugh out loud. I go, ha ha ha, fool. Should have been on my team. And that's what I do.
All right. What lies ahead?
Looking around you, you find yourself in a flat place. There are boulders occasionally every now and then, so you can't see completely to the next level, but you do see a vertical wall rising in the distance. It's about 400 feet away. Or I guess I'm not going to say exact distances because that's how I get math wrong. But it is known that the mech skirmish moves twice as fast as the not mech skirmish, about-ish. Unless you're raging, and then it's slightly less than half again.
Well,
but
the rage
'cause
is
it's
just
40, so
that
anyway.
first turn.
Yeah, so you're like
But so I can't do
40
that anymore.
normally, and they're 60 normally. So I'm just saying, you're slower than Mecha Skirmish.
Yeah, I'm riding
Because
on
whenever-
Mecha Skirmish
Yeah.
like a backpack.
Lucien is going to
Okay.
say, just
All right.
pop the hatch up and climb aboard.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm just going to be like, you know those teddy bear backpacks?
Uh-huh.
I'm the teddy bear.
All right.
So I'm just right, hey, I'm right here. Go ahead.
In that case, Lucien's going to put this thing in a gear and just try and hit everything in front of him. Any other contestants, just try and plow them over.
Oh, yeah, you're throwing over. Yeah, there's a tailor from the Argentine estate who is only called Taylor, and you throw them aside, they get flung off the edge backwards into the wall of white, and they're very agitated because they didn't get to appear in this episode. I forgot them on the grass level, and also because Stella never figured out their real name. She just refers to them as Taylor, and they're not sure if they know their real name or not, if she knows their real name or not, because they are a Taylor, and their name's Taylor, and they're not. So anyway, Taylor exits the Gutsy Mountain.
Skirmish, I don't know if you're going to get that tie anymore. He might not be as happy about it.
Hey, he didn't see me. I'm on the back.
True enough.
It's just some giant machine that looks similar to me did that. That could have been anybody.
So I'd like you to describe how you are progressing. So it's as fast as you can, throwing people aside and behind you, and not really playing. I'm going to go with not cautiously, right?
Yeah, so not dashing. So not using the action to dash, and keep in mind, with two pilots, Runii could be, while she's concentrating on her spell, if she still is, could be sort of keeping an eye out while Lucien does the driving, but just using the movement, the 60 feet per turn of movement, and using the action to throw anyone who gets intercepted.
Oh, so that's who officially did Taylor in. Okay.
Yeah. Lucien officially did Taylor in. Who doesn't know who
under
it is?
the bus.
I'm sorry.
Runii broke the Guildhall. Runii threw Taylor stitches off of the aggro crack.
Oh no. Lucien is the one who threw Taylor.
Okay.
Runii has an action and technically a whole extra turn of movement to use as she pleases.
Okay. All right, Runii, what are you doing?
Well, after you said not moving cautiously, I will not metagame, but as a player, this worries me. But I will say, I kind of had, how many more, can we see how many more levels we have?
It's a 5-level thing, but I don't know if your characters would know that. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
There's the bottom zone, and then there's the rockfall zone, and then there's, height above you.
Okay. Well, in that case,
it's foggy.
I think I would, yeah. Honestly, I think I would just keep an eye, like I'd be doing a lookout. So probably a perception check as I take a rest and let Lucien control the mecha skirmish for a little bit.
Okay, let's see that perception check.
That's a 2. I'm real tired.
If
Okay.
it helps,
I'm so tired.
the mech provides a +9, so it's an 11.
No, I would like the mech to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ruh-roh.
Oh
Oh my good heavens, that's a 4.
Okay. All right. Do you remember Crumb and Flaky? Because they remember you.
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
They were waiting behind a boulder because this boulder is pretty close to a lava pit trap. And you see, when you punch someone 3 times, because you were about to get punched 3 times by both people, it pushes them into a lava pit trap. So first, I'm going to hit you guys with a +18 to hit 3 times. So
Okay.
The mech is going to get hit twice, and Skirmish is going to get hit once. Skirmish, you got hit with a 17 +18. Mech, you got hit with a nat 1 +18, dear lord, and a 9 +18, which is a 27.
The 9 +18 hits.
Okay. You take 26 damage upon each one that hits. So Skirmish, that's 26 damage. And
You're
then,
assuming I failed the throw.
Oh, no, the punches are going to punch you into... well, wait, didn't an 18 plus...
It did.
Yeah.
I just...
Okay.
It's absurd.
That was Crumb, who got 1,300 gold off you. And then this is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, the one might not have hit Skirmish, but I think above a 25 probably hits the mech both times, right?
Yep.
Okay. Take 26 damage from each hit, bludgeoning. And please make a saving throw strength to avoid being pushed, mech.
You might want to know that the mech has been lowered beyond half capacity in terms of it did just get a nat 20 on that strength check though for 30.
Okay, Skirmish, I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity? Okay.
Yeah, you got punched too.
Again? Or I
I'm
rolled
sorry.
it?
a strength save. Oh, wait, you already failed, right? Wait.
I failed my dexterity saving.
Okay, got it.
Correct.
I'm making you guys have too many saves. Okay.
That's fine.
So, so who failed the dexterity saving throw initially?
I did.
Did the mech?
Because it was a 17 plus 18 that you gave to me, and I only got a 20.
Anyway, Skirmish. You get punched off the back of this mech and go flying into a lava pit trap. Mech, you got your own problems. We're going to deal with those. So, why don't you guys...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I still have that rope. I may have been knocked off, but do I just fly to the extent of the rope? Or how does that work?
How long's the rope?
50 feet. But part of it is tied around the head.
Okay. You're not drowning in lava, but you're like bathing in the shallows in lava.
Fair.
Okay. So we're going to deal with that. But first, go ahead and read me what happens when that mech drops below half HP.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, here we go. If the servant loses half of its hit points or more, each creature attuned to it must succeed on a DC 20 wisdom saving throw or be charmed for 24 hours. While charmed in this way, the creature...
let's see those throws.
Yep.
Runii, Lucien, wisdom saving throws against your own mech.
Lucien beat the throw with a 22. What did Runii get?
A 14.
And, oh no. Do you have any way of adding a +1 to that?
If only there was a flash of genius.
Yeah, I can Flash of Genius it up to 19.
Oh, wait, actually, I think so. I'm wearing the Cloak of Protection, which helps me in saving throws, I think.
Okay.
Let me look this up real quick. I don't want to cheat.
I believe it does give you a +1 to saving throws.
Yeah, AC +1, saving throws +1, so that's a 15.
Okay, and then that case with Flash of Genius, it is a 20 on the money. Thank God.
Oh my god.
And let me just quickly double check, but
It does say or more. So every time from now on that you guys get hit, you're going to have to do that saving throw again. All right, so...
Oh no!
Mech, you are not in the lava pit, but your friend is. Skirmish, you are in a lava pit. It burns. Please go ahead and roll a dice.
What kind of dice?
A d4. Multiply it by 10, and that's how much damage you take from fire.
That was a 3.
You take 30 fire damage.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to use my property of Stone's Endurance, where I can reduce that by 1d12 plus 6. And that was a 15.
Excellent.
So,
you are in lava. You will continue to burn, and you hear a weird sound. It sounds like screams.
oh no.
I don't have time for that. I'm flying up out of there with the rope in my hands, and I'm pulling that mech with me. I'm just like, I'm finished with this. Just...
All right. You guys hear... You know, they don't call each other Flaky and Crumb all the time. Olwen Crumb Lauge and Konane Flaky Penelope are talking to one another as they're like, whoa, did you see that? That was a flying mech. And they are turning around to lay in wait because they're not super smart and they should be running, but they're laying in wait for more people to trip up. They've got time before the wall gets them. They've got time. They don't have time. So the wall is faster this time. It's faster than it was before. Whereas before 30 feet of movement would keep you from it. Now it's not gonna, that wouldn't have worked. So underestimating the ability of the wall to change speeds, Crumb and Flaky go zap, and Skirmish carrying the mech, right? And Skirmish and mech and everybody, you guys are moving at 60 feet movement, and if you dash, you can get 120. Mm-hmm. So you'd say it's catching up to you with your normal movement. It's at least maintaining pace with you as you emerge into. So the next zone, it's a bit upward, but you're flying, right? It's fine. All right. So you fly upward. There's wall. And then you see the wall has ended and it's the next zone. So
Plus 10 HP to our mecha skirmish.
Yep.
Just a little bit of buffer.
Still actually under the bad spot, unfortunately.
No. Okay.
Yeah, gaining only 10 back per level is a little slow, but it keeps things fun. So, but very close. If we survive this level without damaging, we'll technically be in the safe spot. But only for like 3 hit points.
that's funny. All right. Yeah, you guys are in a very, very hot area. The lava that was down there before, this is sort of like a volcano theme. The lava has superheated this air into steam. Every breath that you take in this zone is going to do damage. You're really glad the mech doesn't breathe right now, aren't you? Mm-hmm. This only applies to Skirmish. Hi, Skirmish.
Hello. I forgot to... Before you continue, there's something I forgot to do. So when I was raging, I was supposed to do my wild magic search, and I forgot to do that. And it's able to change every time I either take damage or fail a saving throw, which has happened a couple of times.
Oh.
But I'll just say right now, after the lava, it'll activate. And I rolled on the table, and just so you know, I have until my rage ends, I'm surrounded by multicolored protective lights, and I have a +1 bonus to AC, and while within 10 feet of me, my allies gain the same bonus. So
Nice.
I will try to pull them up so they're within 10 feet of me. So yes, I'm sorry, you were saying.
Oh, Runii, go ahead.
Yeah, so if she'd be able to tell that the environment is dangerous, she would like to use Otiluk's Resilient Sphere on Skirmish, where nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier in or out, though a creature in the sphere can breathe there. The sphere is immune to all damage, and a creature or object inside can't be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can a creature inside the sphere damage anything outside it. The sphere is weightless and just large enough to contain the creature or object inside. And the creature can use its action to push against the sphere's walls and roll the sphere. So, in order to protect Skirmish and still pull him along, just kind of like...
You turned him into a hamster ball?
Yes, basically.
All right. You're one of those kids who has a hamster ball on a string. We're not going to question that.
No. Don't worry, Skirmish, I've got you.
All right. So this is a fairly placid environment for you then. As the people around you scream and burn up, their lungs crispified by the volcanic hot steam, you are in a hamster ball in a mech suit, and you fly through it fairly quickly. I'm just going to soar right on ahead, because you guys do is the people around you take their last breath, then the ground underneath them opens up and they get whisked away by a magical cleric service. So... All right, you have gained some distance on the wall. Good job.
Yes. Awesome.
Now, that was steam. It was rising from the ground in little vents, and it was, if you've ever seen a tea kettle, you could see the wisps of the steam.
Uh-huh.
Right? You cannot see wisps of steam in fog, which is what this next area is. As you fly up, you really only see the ground go away, and there's fog. You're not sure which way is up or down or left or right, but there is a solid ground, and it is no longer burninating. So if you would like to release your hamster ball and set him free, you can, or you can kick him, or you can do whatever you want. But it is no longer hazardous to the lungs here. This is the zone right beneath the flat top, and this is the sort of the penultimate zone. Many people are behind you. They have been claimed by the Gutsy Mountain. And you are just in a complete quiet. You wonder if you're the last one left.
I'm definitely going to keep that sphere on Skirmish just in case. If he wants to get out, he can let me know.
Lucien will pick Skirmish up. Well, Skirmish's little bubble, kind of like not a football because it's not the right shape, but tuck him under the arm, just to keep him safe. And not rolling along behind us, getting thrown all over the place.
All right. Yeah. You hear some distant screams, as someone goes, "The wall's too fast! No, don't let 282 and 283 win!" And then they go, "Ah!" Okay, yeah, it's completely quiet. There's fog.
I'm not sure if this would work from within the mech. I'll leave it to your discretion. But Lucien's monocle is actually a gem of seeing, which as an action, I have true sight out to 120 feet. With true sight is kind of the strongest version of sight, so I think that actually would punch through the mech most likely. But as Lucien holds this up to his eye, does the fog go away by any chance, or can I at least like pierce it a bit better?
Yeah. If you've ever held up polarized sunglasses to a pond full of fish, there's a fish here. It is a small, maybe about the size of a halfling, facing towards you.
Oh.
Person. He has moth wings.
Moth wings?
And he has a horrible burn on his body, which doesn't look new. It's not like the skin isn't like blistering and blackened like it came from the previous levels. It looks kind of old. One could say very old. Very, very, very old.
Lucien.
Players. Very, 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 very old. Runii and Skirmish. Very, 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 very old.
The very first FBK edition, if you will.
Oh, no.
All player knows who this is, but Runii doesn't.
Well, I don't see anything. I'm just being carried like a football.
Lucien is going to relay this description to Runii and through the speaker to Skirmish, and I'm kind of stumped here, guys. There's nothing else in the fog that I can see but that one guy. How far away is he?
You were going to walk past him, but because you saw him, you have 50 feet.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's just about 50 feet over that way. I mean, what's your idea here?
I raise my eyebrows and say, this is bad. So I may or may not have had a run-in with this guy a long time ago, and he's not a fan of FBK, or perhaps me in particular. So just get ready. I'm gonna pull my hammer out because stuff's about to go down.
Okay. With that message, Lucien's going to put Skirmish's little hamster ball down.
I would like to know if the hamster ball is translucent or opaque.
It says a sphere of shimmering force, so I am going to say translucent.
All right.
And I do have lights hovering around me to distract.
Oh man, you're just like on display like a snow globe.
Yeah.
But he's still in a protective globe, so maybe that'll help.
That's an excellent point. Lucien's just going to say over the microphone, forgive me, Skirmish, but he's going to like bowl Skirmish towards the guy.
I'm down, yeah.
And Runii, maybe, if we're thinking on the same wavelength here, could drop the bubble just in time for like Skirmish to send like a whopping full speed hammer strike into the guy, but I don't know. This would require all three of us somehow thinking of the same idea roughly on the fly, but...
I mean,
if you
Runii,
throw me, I'll know. Go ahead, Runii.
I was just going to say, I will follow whatever Skirmish's lead is. If I start to see him try and take a swing, I will take that sphere down.
Okay, yeah. If I'm getting thrown, I'll try to run to keep up with the rolling. So I'm vertical inside with my hammer. So I've got my hammer and I'm running. And if that ball, if the shimmering part drops, I'll go ahead and take a swing when it's time.
Yep.
Roll it to hit. And you should know that even permanently disfigured Ekenblim have a fly speed of at least 500 feet.
Wow.
Good grief.
He's fast.
Yeah, so the dexterity saving throw on this one's going to be pretty good.
I got
Say to hit is going to be a 25.
I got a 30 to hit.
Ooh,
Okay.
wow.
All right. So mostly because people don't expect bowling balls coming at them, with skirmishes all displayed as snow globes, you do hit with a hammer Austin number 459.
Poor guy.
Is quite frankly a little bit surprised, but he's like, I should have expected it from fire breathing kittens. And he whips out, I mean, first he goes flying and goes oof, and then he pats himself off and dusts himself off and stands up off the ground and holds out 2 rapier swords and runs at Skirmish and is going to say, I've been waiting far too long for this. His voice cracks like a teenager
Okay.
as he comes for Skirmish.
All right. Did I apply damage to him when I hit him?
Yeah, he has more than 120 hit points, so I'm just going to be like, you probably didn't kill him.
I did not.
Yeah. All right. So he's going to try to rapier attack you. But more importantly, from behind you in the fog, the wall goes, "Meh," and it's going to start again.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
2 rapier attacks on Skirmish. Now, those are a plus 13 to hit. So do a 23 and a 28 hit you.
They both hit me, yes.
Okay. Take 50 piercing damage.
Gonna go ahead and half that because I'm raging.
Yeah. And more importantly, you get a little bit of a discussion with Austin number 459 as he says, do you know what my value was in Ekenblim society as a disfigured, ugly Ekenblim? Do you know what you did to me?
So my heart, I'm raging, mind you, and I just got stabbed a lot. But my heart is going out to this poor guy. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, what you're doing is bad. And I don't want to have to hurt you. Can we make amends? Is it possible? I'm asking you, Austin.
Die! And he stabs you again.
Okay. Well, while he stabs me then, actually, I forgot to roll. Every time I get damage, I get to roll again. The magic wild surge. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully I'll blind that fool.
More importantly, this wall is moving at 100 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So no, it's
So-
still the lights.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'm going to tell him the funniest joke in the world right now.
Okay. All right. Don't tell me.
No, I won't tell you. I don't want the DM to be incapacitated.
Yeah. Okay. So describe what happens.
So I described the joke as written down and I memorized it that Pan gave me. And so it's so funny that you have to pass a DC 18 wisdom save.
Let's roll that now. That was a 10. That fails.
You fail, and so you are paralyzed for 2 rounds because you're laughing so hard. So while you are laughing, I am leaving because I hear the wall. But I might pick...
Keep going. I'm laughing.
So I'll salute him and say, enjoy! And then zoop, I'm flying out.
Fire-breathing kittens!
That's us as the Mecha Skirmish just zooms on past.
Yeah, no, we're both, I mean, up to you, Runii, but at least Lucien is going to be using his turn to make the mech do a dash action, so we're at 120 feet. If
Definitely with you there.
Yeah, if Runii cashes it in as well, that's 180 feet, and we're going to pick up Skirmish along the way.
Excellent, thank you.
Back to backpack mode.
And keep on running.
And as I'm on the back, instead of just kind of hanging out, I'm going to grab the rope with one hand and then have the hammer ready with my other hand.
Okay. And you encounter a very last rock wall.
Oh, wow.
Climb, baby, climb.
Yeah, dash affects the climb speed, so if we're really just booking it at this point, that's 90. Oh no, that's 90.
Like emerging from above the clouds, your head, or I guess an egg pops up. An egg with a Skirmish teddy bear backpack pops up onto the top of Gutsy Mountain.
And the mech is currently
Just below half. And
yep, 7.
Quick,
7 hit points above the No, sorry, 2 hit points above the threshold.
2 hit points above the threshold. Okay. Behind you, he's incapacitated laughing, so you hear the laughter turn into a gurgle as electricity crackles along his skin. And
I gave him a shot. I mean, he stabbed me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Quick, everyone, let's agree. We each get a third of the prize. And then, I don't know, Lucien, you can get the extra gold.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Lucien's going to quickly spot around just in a 360 with his monocle because it's still up for 10 minutes. And anybody else up here? I'd see them if they're invisible.
Oh, okay. We'll get there.
Okay.
You're watching the lightning roar past Austin number 459. You're watching the lightning climb up the wall, and it doesn't appear that anyone else made it up to the top with you. You turn and look, and indeed there are stands. There are cheering crowds. They've seen everything with illusion screens. You've been watched this whole time. You've been cheered for. They're all paying attention, and you are atop this mountain. I love how excited Runii is. You're going to be really excited now because standing with you is Annarel. Oh gosh, I didn't expect that.
No! Why is she here?
She was here before you.
No! Why is she here? God.
She got here first.
Lucien's just
No,
looking.
she didn't. We got here first.
Do you know this person, Runii?
This is my sister.
Oh. Oh no.
And there's quite the similarity because standing there at 5'2", 110 pounds with platinum blonde hair of her own, rosy skin and green eyes, wearing a deep green shirt with a black waistcoat embroidered with green flowers. Did you embroider that, Runii? With black pants, calf-high boots, a short black cloak. She's got a serious, determined look on her face. Her goal, which you know this, Runii. Her goal is to prove herself superior, be self-sufficient, but her flaw is that she's so focused on improving herself that she doesn't see others and how she affects them. And she is standing there in your spot of glory on top of this gutsy mountain. What do you do?
Runii will exit the egg, or mecha skirmish, what has been her home for, just however long it's taken to get to this point. And she will, most fire-breathing kittens who know her, I've never seen her mad, but at this point she's actually angry. And she stomps over to Annarel and says, "What are you doing here?"
I'm winning, of course.
You always have to win. Why can't you just let me do it for once?
Well, who got here first? I was here first. It's
We got here at
mine.
the same time. I can't believe we have to agree on how to split the gold with you.
I'm not splitting the gold. I deserve it. I got here first.
No, I mean, we all at least got here, so we should all at least get something.
It's who's on top, Runii. Just get on top of her, and then you're above her.
Is that a height joke? Because you, and she looks at Skirmish, who's 7 feet tall, are mean.
Excuse me, this is a private conversation between me and my teammate.
I would like you all.
She is not throwing hands. She is not.
Skirmish
Oh my gosh.
just called her short. Have you ever called a short person short?
I know,
Yes.
I told Runii to get on top of her. Well, she can interpret it however she chooses. That's not
Runii,
up
Make
to
an
maybe
me.
intelligence saving throw as she sings
To me?
to you.
Okay. Intelligence saving throw. That's fantastic.
Oh, no.
Anybody recognize that song?
Yes. DM,
Yeah?
Runii would like to throw out a counter spell.
Ooh. Ooh, I have bad news for you. You counter her spell. How many spell slots do you have?
Well, I could do it. She's probably going all out. So I'm actually going to use a 7th level spell slot to try and counterspell that.
Oh, yeah. This was a 5th level spell that she cast.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. So you counter it. But I'd like you to keep track of your spell slots because she goes, "You're defending him and he made fun of how tall I am?" And that was, I'm a little teapot short and stout. So Skirmish, if that had taken effect, you would have been.
Oh no.
I would have to show you my handle and my spout. That's a little private. Anyway, so it is counterspelled, but we are keeping track of spell slots here because this is a wizard duel. So you counterspelled, which means she can go next.
Yes.
She is going to go do 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 do. And basically, as long as the lyric of the song that I'd poorly hum contains the word in it, I'm allowing her to transfigure you to this thing. So, yeah. Anyway, Runii, are you going to counterspell this humming?
Oh man,
it's directed at you.
I could just keep counterspelling, but then I'm gonna run out of slots real fast.
Well, how many spell slots do you have?
I mean,
Tell you what. If she's singing at you and concentrating on you, I would like to do something to interrupt this nonsense, if that's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do counterspell anyway. I would take it and hope that it's something I can break out of.
Is it all right if I do something then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first, teammates, I'd like to apologize, metagaming-wise, for what's about to happen. I'm going to throw my hammer. It's a hammer of thunderbolts. And it has 5 charges, and I'm going to spend one of them, and I'm going to throw my hammer be a little bit beyond Anaril. And what it does is it... if it hits, it says. So I need to roll it to hit.
Her AC is 17.
Okay, so I have a plus 16 modifier, so hopefully... I got a 19. So that's great. So what it will do... The hammer unleashes a thunderclap, audible out to 300 feet, the target and every creature within 30 feet of it. Oh, within 30 feet, that's great. So I'm going to try to toss it a little bit behind her so it only affects her, possibly Runii, if she's close enough, but hopefully not. You must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, or be stunned.
Oh, that failed. Okay, so what she did to Runii, which does take effect before she is stunned, is that she was singing "We Will Rock You" because it says
what on your face, a big disgrace?
Yeah, put you in your place. So she was trying to put you in your place, which is to silence someone and prevent you from casting spells for 3 rounds. And indeed, your flow of magic is cut off from, I guess, a monk could probably tap you and fix you, but you're cut from, your key is separate from, she messed you up.
Oh, that's not good.
You can't cast spells for 3 rounds.
If Lucien may, while all this was going on, the stun did affect...
Oh, yeah, so now she's stunned and she is... she's not dead or unconscious, so she's still in it for the million.
Yeah. On that note, Lucien is just kind of, while all this is going on, casually opened the hatch, walked out of the back of Mecha Skirmish, and he's just going to kind of walk over to the now stunned Emerald. Is that her name? And
yes.
He's just going to click his Staff of the Magi on the floor, and a hole 20 feet deep is just going to appear. Like, it cuts into the floor.
Oh, almost forgot. Runii took 48 damage.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Psychic damage because your older sister put you in your place.
I take that.
But yeah, so Passwall has now created a 5 foot wide, 5 by 8 foot kind of rectangle in the floor, and it's 20 feet deep.
Literally.
Yeah. So
literally on top.
She's no longer on the top floor for the next hour. So while that is the case, everyone agree to split it 3s?
Yes, while she's in the hole, because she's about to be unstunned, it only lasts until my next turn. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to move quickly. I would like to take out my little marble elephant figurine and toss it on top of her gently. Don't want to hurt her.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to say the activation word, and it's going to turn into a real elephant. And so there is an actual elephant on top of Anaril, who's laying down in the hole under the elephant. And so at least it's something to keep her occupied, you know?
Oh, yeah. When it lands on her, a poof of Ekemblem dust raises into the air because that's how she's been casting these spells with by taking power from the Ekemblem dust and converting it into her own spell power. So she's very dusty. And as it lands on her, it goes up in the air with dust, gold, glittering powder. She's pinned by an elephant, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to ask my pet elephant to sit. But not not like put all the weight down, just kind of, hey, we're playing around and you're sitting on Runii's sister to keep her occupied type of situation.
You always break my toys. You always take everything from me. You're terrible at sharing. You don't even try. Why can't I have something for once?
Rudy's like trying to yell back, but she's still silent. So it's just like,
You're magically silenced. You can talk.
well, you know what, Anaril? It would do you some good to try and play with others for once rather than just trying to take everything for yourself. I have friends and they help me. And that's why we all agree to split this gold 3 by 3 by 3 with 1 extra gold to Lucien. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's crying. She doesn't have any friends.
I would like to climb down into the hole. And I'll sit down next to the somewhat squished Anaril and say, hey, I'll be your friend. They can have the money. That's fine. I'll sit with you. We could talk.
I don't know why she doesn't just let me be, like, good at something. She's good at so many things. She has friends, and she made me this embroidered skirt. Like, I couldn't make this. That's why.
Have you ever told her that? She probably feels bad. You know, she thinks you're trying to outclass her in everything, and it's like everything's a competition, but that's not what family's about. It's about helping each other. In fact, this group of people is the closest thing I've had to a real family since I had to run away from my own. And I'm very happy to be with them. And I'd do anything for them. And I'm sure if you let her, Runii would do the same for you.
Really? I could hang out with you guys?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine with me. I love to tell stories, and when we met in the forest and I pull out the healing potion that she gave me, it's like, look, I still have the potion that you sold me, and I can't wait to use it because it's been kind of a rough day, honestly. But we're here. I'm not even in it for the money. I'm here to help them. I want them to win. Lucien kind of made a big mess back at the Guildhall, and it'd be nice to fix it, so I'm going to try to help him. But just be yourself. Nobody's trying to stop you from that. But let other people be themselves too.
Well, the magic is really all I'm good at. I mean, I did make this Ekemblem dust, and she, what's a song that has elephant in it? Give me a sec. Dude, I don't know. And the elephant turns into a yellow submarine because I'm out of ideas.
What in the world is that? What have you done to my statue?
She sprinkles some dust on it, turns into it. She like dusts herself off. She's gonna admit that Runii has this, but she's gonna say, all I really wanted was to improve myself and to get really good at something and be better, like for real at something. She sniffles next to the yellow submarine she created.
The fire-breathing kittens are always hiring. Just so you know. You either die or get rich. Or really good at things. Lucien shouts from the top of the 20-foot hole.
Those guys are really good. Go ahead, Runii, sorry.
Just come up here and let's talk. Come on,
Okay.
I don't want to see you cry.
I give I give her a boost.
And Runii will reach down a hand and pull her up.
We're going to get the imagery of your sister accepting your hand and stepping on her yellow submarine to step out of the hole. And because you two had agreed at the top to split it, that means that Lucien and Runii will both get 500,000 gold. That's 500,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a long session. And as you are talking to your sister, the announcer is going to say, "Alrighty, we have our winners," and come into Lucien and Skirmish, and then Runii with the because Rooney's kind of distracted talking to her sister, and then and say, "The referee holds your hands above your heads, and the crowd cheers." Woo! Yeah! Congratulations on winning year 49595's Fight Club. What one thing do each of you want to say to the crowd? Lucien, you're first.
Never
You have
stop.
1 minute of the entire city of Niqamui's attention.
Lucien's going to. He seemed confident right before that line was said, and now he seems slightly sheepish. You see, if you're faced with a problem, just keep tackling your head around it. You know, there's some angle you probably haven't explored, and it's going to be the easiest way to get around it. And you just have to keep thinking that little bit more. You know, look at this guy, this wonderful mecha skirmish here. Spent like 6 or 7 weeks trying to get this thing working, and I just had to find some weird yellow powder on the street that I'm not going to talk about that suddenly made it come to life. You know, modern problems require modern solutions. And no, that Lucy just got to like cower back behind like Mecha Skirmish's leg.
Oh my gosh. All right. Number 280.
Oh, that's me. So I kind of, my attention's torn because I'm looking at this submarine that used to be an elephant, and I'm like, I hope he's okay. Hey, so I kind of just want you to treat each other well, love each other, and fight for each other, and fight for what's right. And make excellent stories. Don't be afraid to go out there. I feel like I should tell you a joke or something. Most of my humor is mountain-based, being on the mountain and all. This is... why did the actors go to the top of the mountain? Do you give up? It's so they could have a peak performance. And then...
like cheers and boos throughout the stadium.
Hey, perfect.
Skirmish just accidentally tells the funniest joke in the world.
Yeah,
to all
no, that would have been
Niqamui.
best. Yeah, that would have been
Considered
amazing.
it, but then I saw what happened to that Mothman, and I was like, I don't want to do that to everybody. And so I'll say, hey, come over to the Guildhall, help us fix it, and I'll buy you a drink. And I tell that to everybody.
Oh no.
To the entire city of Niqamui.
If they want to help us fix, hey, we're going to get off cheap. Don't worry about it, Lucien.
All right, I'll trust you on that one, buddy.
And Runii.
So Runii has not stopped talking to Anaril this entire time. So like when it goes to her, she's just kind of like continuing a sentence. And honestly, Anaril, I always just really looked up to you. I wanted to be your equal, and I wanted you to like me and respect me. And so I always tried to compete with you on your terms, but honestly, you're just too good. Oh, well, you know what? This woman right here, she is the best wizard in Guaso, and she's been doing amazing things and making lemons out of lemonade with all the stuff that's been happening around here. So if you want to go and talk to someone who really knows her stuff, go talk to Anaril Evanara. She's the best.
Oh, wow. Runii! And she says, and this is my sister. She is the best embroiderer and kindest sister I could ask for.
I love you, Anaril.
Lucien's gonna quickly run over inside Mecha Skirmish and pull the big like war chant horn again so that it makes that big screeching noise and throws its fists in the air.
And is that everything that you guys want to say to the crowd? I promised. I promised
think
I'd
so.
give you a full... Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to do an ad for Runii, but honestly was not expecting Anaril at the top. So this is much better.
All right. Many miles away in the city of Gishope, a dryad-like red-headed elven lady with Luna moth wings looks hesitantly at a 6-foot-tall, slender, silver-haired woman. Stella displays a dragon's toothy smile at Mailurian and exclaims, "This'll be fun! I can't believe you've never been on a roller coaster before. Trust me, May." The antenna-like magnolia branches sprouting from May's red head bob up and down as she pouts cutely. "If you say so. I trust you, darling." They kiss cutely before boarding the amusement ride. The magically propelled, levitating wagon starts out slow, climbing a hill, approaching the top. Stella takes May's hand in her own, and they both raise them above their heads. The wagon careens down the precipice, and both scream, delighted. The portable hole at Stella's side, like a knapsack for her keepsake, is jostled during the ride. A snooker ball slips out. Yes, it was worth watching for the facial reaction. Escaping from the portable hole. We zoom in on the snooker ball, suspended in midair, inches above Stella's pocket.
Oh, no.
Inches above Stella's pocket by the slowing of time. May smiles happily, hand in Stella's, their smiling faces. And then time continues flowing. The roller coaster wagon continues zooming. The snooker ball, inertia in midair, is left behind. It spins slightly, rotating as it falls, no longer positioned above the portable hole. The wagon has moved on and now is further down the track. The snooker ball falls. It picks up speed, whizzing past wooden beams of the track, past support columns. The ground looms ahead, rushing closer and closer. The snooker ball smashes into the ground with extreme force, cracks, explodes, shattering into pieces. May and Stella laugh in delight, spiraling around their first roller coaster, spiraling around in love. But that is Gishope. Let's return to Niqamui. A disaster sphere never causes typhoons or volcanoes in the place where it is shaken, after all. Let those people far away deal with it, has been said. But this time, you're the people far away.
Uh-oh.
The ground of Niqamui rends, breaks open, earthquakes throwing everyone to their feet. Water sprays upward as the ground pushes above the magically constructed pier that was floating on top of the water. Screams from the audience are heard as they are thrown off of the pier and stadium into the bay, thrown to the ground, thrown in the air. The stadium, constructed of magical light, hasn't collapsed, but now there are islands of rock in the roiling sea, the ground having risen hundreds of feet at once, the seafloor now exposed in patches. Perception check?
Oh my god.
This is not what I thought was going to be happening. That's a 27.
19.
I got a 10.
Okay, are you guys perceiving out to the sea or into the city?
I would be into the city.
Lucien will look at the sea then, since...
Into the city. What is that sound? And then out to sea, it sounds quite splashy. You guys can perceive more. I think Runii knows what that is. That is hundreds of zombies that have been chilling beyond the continental shelf now have a walkable ramp from the seafloor to the city of Niqamui. From this distance, it's hard to say really, but you could swear they were groaning, brains. For Lucien, out to sea, it sounds quite splashy out to sea. The people on that side of the stadium haven't stopped screaming. If anything, they have gotten louder. Magnificent giant octopus arms rise above the roiling waves. Kraken! A tentacle grabs a humanoid and whips them at high speed out to sea.
What?
Do we have a chance to react to any of this by chance?
I do have the stats for a Kraken, but I think it's more fun to end the adventure here.
Okay.
No!
Because the looks on your faces.
No!
This is completely optional depending on what you're doing this, but with this idea in future episodes or whatever. But Lucien had a potion of dragon majesty. He was about to chug it and maybe fly down and try and save as many people as possible.
You can. You do that. You chug your potion of dragon majesty. You fly down to save as many as possible. Let's end this scene with what you guys do, because we're going to pull out on a battle scene, which is not normally when we zoom out an adventure. But sorry, kiddos, we don't have enough time for everything. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. So how do you end? Oh, by the way, the Kraken has 475 hit points.
Okay.
Right.
But so we will narratively describe what happened. What happened? Lucien, go first.
Lucien,
and say goodbye as you do.
Yep. Well, this is interesting, everyone. I would love to stick in chat, but there's a lot of people possibly dying right now. So I'm going to go do the responsible thing. And he's just going to pop the cork on this very ornately designed bottle covered in metal dragons and just down the entire thing. And kind of painfully, he turns into a giant adult male golden dragon and just swoops down, occasionally throwing fire at the Kraken, but mainly picking up as many people as he can and like throwing him in the air, just kind of juggling them, but getting them away and off towards like a safe spot on land. While everyone else does their thing.
Yeah. Anaril looks at Runii
What do we do?
and Skirmish. Whoever wants to can go next. Yeah.
Skirmish. I need more time to think.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
So what I will notice the calamity happening all around, and I'm like, well, this is going to really interfere with the repair effort at the Guildhall. Everybody's going to be busy, but it's time to get to work. And so I stoop down and pick up my hammer back from where I threw it. And then, since I can still fly for a bit, I'm just going to take advantage of that, leap off the mountain and start taking out undead, because I just can't stand them at all. So I'm just going to start doing my best.
And Runii and Anaril.
So, Runii has a powerful 9th level spell prepared. It is called Wish. But currently, she doesn't know what to wish for. Her utmost importance is her and her sister's safety. But she also feels a responsibility to the people of Niqamui. So she turns to Anaril and says, Anaril, what is it that you want to do right now?
I want us to prove how good we are. Let's prove that we're the best sisters ever.
Okay.
Everyone's watching. This is our chance.
And Runii grabs Anaril's hands together, clasping them to her chest. And she says, I wish for Anaril and I to have the power to protect the people of Niqamui. And that is going to be my 9th level spell.
Ohs no. Ohs no. Your DM is going to do a thing.
That's a very geniable wish. I'm so
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah, it is.
As a player, I gotta do it.
Okay. Give me the exact wording again.
I wish for Anaril and I to have the power to protect Niqamui.
Yeah. You're nodding.
Yep.
You know what I'm going to do.
Yep.
All right. They used to say there was a legend. A legend of two sisters who loved Niqamui very much. It's been a long time since anyone has told this story, but they say that the two sisters, now you're going to transcend your physical bodies. They held hands and they looked each other in the eye and they looked at all the people around them who needed help and they began to glow. And they dissolved into the air around them and became spirits of Niqamui that could... Skirmish is stunned.
No.
Spirits that, if you wished hard enough, if you were alone in a dark night, and if you... Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm killing your character.
This is perfect.
That they would together come to you with a golden sprinkle is all of the magical power that Anaril has collected in her bag of dust. Sprinkles out over the entire city, and every single zombie, because that's one of the powers of the dust, is that the dust is what animated the zombies. A tap of the iron rod can quiet the zombies. As every single zombie lays still and lays down on the ground, as the Kraken is transformed into a yellow submarine, as the seafloor sinks back down to where it came from with a gentle hum, but I'd rather swim ashore without my life houseboat has just run out. Into the ocean. Blue October. Anyway, as the ground goes into the ocean, the dust dissipates and the sisters became legend. Joining us today were Skirmish,
That was amazing.
Lucien,
Well, there's going to be some repressed memories that alcohol can't fix.
and Runii.
Thank you so much, DM. Thank you.
Goodbye.
See ya, folks.
Bye.
Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the podcast, a podcast for podcasters by podcasters.
Every week, we bring you brand new and lucrative podcast innovations.
Above your podcasts.
Don't Animal Cross me.
Holiday trip.
Each week, myself, O'Neill Henry,
Tyler J. Kakar.
Olivia Fumiati.
pitch ideas for new podcasts.
I think this show is about finding the next Joe Rogan experience.
Well, we don't just pitch ideas to each other. We make it happen.
Are we already that thin on ideas?
Okay, no, I got it.
TM. You want to know the real problem with yours? It would actually be a good podcast.
So join us Mondays and Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts.
No! You're not allowed!
You can't come out the gates